we live?
Yeah, we are live. Okay, guys. Yeah, we're back now. So Matty can mute his mic while he eats his crisps. So mute your mic. So we've got Rick fans there with Coulthard. I'm cheering on me little brother here. He's sitting down. I'm just going to fiddle back the stream a little bit more. So I've got a perfect view of everything. I've got my hands-free mic now, so I should be able to get through the grid a bit quicker. So we've got Luke and Tux in the front row, Pit Bits and Ray Hayward, second row, Freaky and Butcher on the third row, Jay Jones and Tart. I don't know how to pronounce that properly, so sorry. They make your fourth row, Prawn and Patch. You've got your double P's on the fifth row. 11th and 12th on the sixth row, Chris and Rick. And then Chirks and Seacos on the seventh row. Surf, didn't expect to see him back there, nor Physics. So, but Physics is in a new car there. Dazzler, I'm not seeing too much from some of these AM boys, unfortunately. We'll do next season because they're in our bloody league. So Luke comes through this final chicane there. These boys are going to start bunching up any minute now. Here we go, I think. So let's hope for a clean start. It's going to be a fast first corner. Tricky first chicane. That's it, Coulthard, you tell him. So good luck, guys. Here we go. Stop eating crisps, man.
And the crisps are out the way because it was a grab bag.
Jesus Christ!
So it was yeah. Oh,
here we go.
Here we go.
Make the way towards the line. Luke and Tuck's giving each other plenty of room on the front row there.
Predictions quickly. What are they?
As it is.
Quick fire. As is.
Yeah.
Luke, Tux, Pitt.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Tux, Luke, then Haywood, I think.
Here we go. Green light and they're off. Looks like he got a slightly better start than Tux. Just wait and see. Can't really. The views are terrible on this track. Can't see any incidents on the map. It looks pretty clean. Yeah, that looks lovely. Look at that train there. So Luke's got the ideal start now. So Freaky in the Bentley this time. He's dropped the Audi for this race. We've got Ferrari, Lexus, Bentley, Lexus, Bentley and AMG. Top 7. Get a bit of feedback from the telly there, Matt.
Oh, sorry, I'll get that turned down.
Cheers, mate.
My bad.
So yeah, as Coulthard said, 3 hours. It's going to be a crazy race.
He pulled out a 1.1 second gap in the first lap.
He does seem to. He's taken to that Ferrari a bit too nicely for everyone's liking, I think. But Jay Jones going wide there. He's going to let Butcher through up into 6th now.
Surfless is getting
he's getting hustled
by Rick.
He's got the 2 Lexus. He's in the Lexus sandwich there. Horrible view here. I think he just made a move, but I can't really see. But just notice.
Yeah, he did. He got it done.
Butcher, Prawn, and Jay Jones. three-way battle.
Up in the 9th.
Good start by these boys.
Physics has just spun Aston Martin round of Chris Mill.
Oh dear.
I've just seen that myself, which is unfortunate.
Oh, Butcher's gone wrong there. Looks like we're near enough in the car. This is just terrible, these views. I know I'm probably going to go on about it a lot tonight.
Yeah, Psycho seems to have a lot of damage on the front of his car.
Okay.
And where he's picked that up.
Bad start maybe by him then. Prawn's had a good start. He's made his way up into 7th as Butcher's gone off. Luke's pulled a massive lead out.
2.2 seconds, man. Only the second half.
He's determined this season. I know that much.
Yeah, I think it was the competition that's coming into Boa.
Yeah,
he's got it. Yeah, and I think he accepts the challenge though. He likes the challenge, and I know he certainly enjoys it. I love overtaking the curbs. It seems to be the only thing I can overtake.
Good evening, Matt. How are you, mate?
Mr. Puck. Nice to hear from you.
Rick's looking really racy, you know.
He is, aye. He has been the last couple of ways since Kyle Lamy when I taught him how to brake properly. Kind of wish I didn't.
I'm back and bit you in the arse, that one.
No, but credit to him, he does put a lot of practice in and a lot of time in, so...
That's what this game needs.
Yeah, it pays off in the end.
Yeah.
Oh,
ooh.
As we say that, he's just jumped the curb, but I think he's kept it.
Yeah, that Lexus can eat a corner. Curb, sorry. Noticing a bit of a field spread already, which is quite surprising.
Surfy's looking really racy actually. He's only half a second off your pro now, but he's pulling the rest of the pack with him.
Yeah. Yeah, these boys are like the Pro-Am and Pro boys are used to racing with each other. The Am, they're going to be mixing it up for the first time, so it's a good way to get to know each other. It's test each other's driving styles and standards.
Luke already up to nearly 3 seconds ahead now.
Yeah.
I mean, Tux is no slouch either, so to do that, he's got to have some little cheat on that Ferrari, I think.
Clever driver as well.
Yeah, he is. He looks after his tyre as well. He's a good car manager, isn't he? Manages it really well.
Yeah, he's not rushed.
But he'll be pleased to know that his pit strategy doesn't need to change, because he was worried about the time multiplier, because he had his strategy all planned out and everything.
Oh, because I had it on
times 4, yeah.
Yeah, everyone was panicking about that. I was like, it's just so I'm trying to help guys. It was just so people got some idea what the temperature is going to be towards the end. Otherwise, you've got to do 3 hours to find out.
Yeah.
Good evening, Brooksy, Matt, Chris cheering on the RC boys.
It looks like let's have a look. They need to sort this leaderboard out. It takes ages to update per lap. Right.
No, if you look at your sector times, sector lines on the track, that's when they update.
That's when it updates. Yeah, I know, but it just seems to.
So that's how I kind of judge. So I know Rick's on a battle. He's just dropped 2 temps in that sector.
Yeah.
It's better watching the right battles. I'll give my tips away here.
They seem evenly spread. Nothing too feisty for the first 4 laps.
Well, the biggest gap I can see is Binky to Sirkos. then Luke to Tux. So Luke's like, no, but Tux could be playing the sensible game of keeping his tyres, letting Luke run away with it. He's got clean air there. He's got no worries. He's got he's got to keep in front of Freaky, and he's keeping his tyres.
He can fast.
Win. Yeah. You don't know if he could wing it on the strategy.
Yeah.
So Rick Pink up in 10th there. So sorry.
So sorry about that. Is that this one here has got to be a two-stop, hasn't it?
Sorry, just watching Patch get the move done on Rick there. Rick back down to 11th. Yeah, it would have to be two-stop amount of fuel unless they try and run the fuel maps and everything like that, which they could do. Try and run a one-stopper, but it's not the longest of pits, so you might be able to manage. Surf is starting to bring Physics and Dazzler back into the pack. Prawns drops off Jay Jones. Tart's closing him down. Yeah, and there are plenty of walls for it to go bad as well quickly in this race.
Not only that, the track limits on a 3-hour race, the track limits are really tight on this.
That is a good point, actually, especially in this final sector we're watching Prawn go through that.
I was talking to Luke before, and he's been practicing the pit lane without the pit board. So
getting prepared after the team battles that
this
was.
Time, yeah. So. But Matt, going back on your question, all the qualifying times are really, really close.
I think there was
about
2.5 seconds between the top 18.
Yeah. Really, really close.
So, but these guys are going to be running different strategies, so there is a bit of a spread now, but like these guys will start coming back together again. They're really heavy. It's going to be hard to overtake. It's going to be about biding your time, watching the guy in front of you. Start playing that game of chess that I talk about.
The mind games, isn't it?
Yep. Who's going to pit first?
Just gone off.
Who's going to do
wide.
that?
That's Rick on the outside.
Yep. And that's Physics there as well. Up against Surf. Looking quite feisty in the Honda there. Car you chose to ditch, he's picked up. I think that's his choice for the season as well.
Yeah.
That's a fault. I'm not doing team battles or CRS. I could talk about BOA till my heart's content.
Yeah, you can talk about your baby.
It's going to be good, man. I can't wait till next season. Everyone's hyped for it.
Yeah.
Pit-bits starting to come off.
I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah. I think it's going to be one of them. I think you're going to be in battles no matter where you are on the grid.
Yeah.
Like, if you look here, you've got Galea down in... What's Galea doing down in 19th? He must be really struggling with that McLaren.
To be honest with you, I think he's made a mistake. I don't think he should have brought the McLaren here. I've done a lot of testing for next season in the McLaren, and this is the worst track to drive a car on. It doesn't like curves. It's a bit wobbly on the braking.
Yeah.
But I suppose it's plenty of practice for next season for him.
Looks like Pipit's got pace on Hayward at the moment. Closing it down. Yeah. As is Jones as well. Prawn's starting to come under pressure from Tart in the background as well.
We know the thing is, all these races have the potential.
Rick's in the thick of it right now. He's got who is that? Dazzler, Physics. Surf's got by these boys, so he's now out chasing after Patch in front of him.
Surf's had a really good start of the race.
So by the looks of it, Rick's had a good start, but he's sort of dropped back a bit. He got a good quali lap in, and he's sort of struggling for race pace at the moment. but he does tend to find a groove later on in the race. He does love these long races as well, don't he?
It looks like Felix might have a run on Rick at the minute. Rick made a mistake hitting the sausage curb.
Okay.
He's got him on the chicane. So that puts Physics up in at 13th. And now Psychos is all over the back of Rick.
Psychos coming back through the pack pretty damn quick.
Yeah.
Even though he's got front end damage. Got a long way to go. We're only 13 minutes into the race. I'll tell you what, that's gone pretty quick though. Normally I look up to that clock for the first time and it's like 5 minutes has gone. So these boys, Rick's now caught up with... Sirko's now caught up with Rick now.
Not forgetting Sirkos has got damage on the front there.
That's what I'm saying. So. We know Sirkos can be a beast sometimes though.
Yeah. Just gets head down and gets it done, doesn't he?
Okay, cool. Maybe Luke's just dropping off and says can be a bit cat and mouse now. Tart's definitely starting to pressure Prone now. So the old guard against the new guys.
The seasoned vet against the rookie.
I don't think Prawn's missed a single race since in a year.
He's a beast. Absolute beast.
He's a points machine.
He's just a miner, isn't he? He just mines them points for fun.
Yeah. He's like Pac-Man. He's like Pac-Man.
Psycho's really closing in on Rick now. Oh, he's just dropped off for that chicane.
Yeah, he's going to struggle with that front end damage with understeer in the dirt, yeah. It's a few battles, but I think guys have got they're just playing the long game.
It's starting to get a bit more spread out now, isn't it, the grid?
Mover next season, Kevin Malone, he will be in Pro-Am. That's all I'm saying.
But can Kevin Malone keep it consistent? Because he's also known for a good spin.
Yep, he got a drive-through last night, but he got a drive-through round Spa, so he had to go through the pit twice and still come third.
Yeah. I had to watch that. But Freaky is fast, and he has got that Audi dialed right in for the season. Like, so.
I think he's changing up though. I think he's looking at changing. He likes a Bentley, but I just don't think he likes the look of it. I think he's one of the youngest lads out on the grid though. Quite a mature lad for 16 though.
Very mature.
He's got a sensible head on him. Tart's definitely putting the screws on Prawn now. Prawn's in his groove.
I was talking to Freaky earlier, and he was telling us how he goes to college at Silverstone.
Yeah.
He's learning to be an engineer so he can get in the world to endurance mechanics.
Yeah, he does all the touring cars and that like at the moment.
Yeah, he's working with he's working with a TCR team at the moment.
Yeah.
So he's actually got the hands-on feel of what actually goes into this in real life. So.
Yeah, and that's got to be useful knowledge in a game like this.
Especially with the setup side of things.
Yeah, just the damping side of everything that's the head scratcher for me. That's where engineering comes in, and I'm no engineer.
Yeah, but his end goal is to go into the endurance category of engineering and mechanics.
So we've got a bit of a train building up here again behind Butcher. They're starting to bunch together a bit. So we've got Butcher in 9th, Patch 10th, Surf 11th, Dazzler, Physics, and Rick's dropping off a bit. Seeker's dropped off to Rick as well.
Oh, Halo to see how close is he? He's picking up on Freaky.
Yeah, I wonder
if
Freaky's
just behind him.
I think Freaky's made a mistake somewhere.
which is easily done. I mean, if you take a curb too much, that's half a second off your lap time.
Yeah, well, the Bentley, you get away with it a bit.
And then further back in the order, just looking on the timings there, looks like Patch is holding up a long train here. He's got Butcher, Surface,
yeah, but
and then Dazzler a second behind. But
I think he's just overtaken Butcher. It's Butcher's the slower car at the moment.
Oh, Patch! Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Patch
yeah.
is just overtook him.
Yeah,
I got you. Okay, my bad.
So I'll let you off.
It's not that's unusual for Butcher because he's usually pretty quick.
Yeah, he started off quick, but he's dropping off. He's got can't be an issue with the Merc because he's getting chased down by a fellow Dutchman, Surplus.
Unless it's just his strategy holding him back a bit. Maybe he's took a bit more fuel on than the rest of the guys. Or
So sticking it up on the inside. Whoa, that was nice. Nice by Surf there. Surf up into 10th place now. Nice move. So
it was almost a water move. But
no, not quite, because there's something wrong with Surf at the moment. He's dropping off. A what a move! You get a what a move when it's like you battle for lap after lap, you can't get past him, and then it's a last ditch move, and it comes off, and that's the what a move.
Yeah.
You don't see a lot of them.
Kevin Malone got a water move last night. I noticed.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That man could overtake.
He just seems to. Well, Kevin Maloney just seems to do it with ease, as if it's like nothing. Like, yeah, I can just overtake here. Like it's just a normal thing. It's like how have you just done that?
Like, I just braked 50 metres back. Why? What? How? What? Nah. So Butcher's definitely struggling there. Just noticed. These now got Dazzler closing in on him. Surf and Patch pulling away.
Dazzler in a very flamboyant paint scheme, isn't it? It's very bright.
Dazzler, yeah, he's gone for the sweet. That's what we was talking about, the Swedish colours on the British name, built by Germans around Italy. To be British.
For the UK. Sounds very British, that, doesn't it?
Yep. Eating on me Turkish kebab. Drinking me Belgian beer.
Cheers.
No,
cheers,
I'm not
drinking.
I don't drink anymore. I'm teetotal. Whee! Till the pub's open. Whee! I can't wait for the pubs to open.
Butcher's really struggling.
Yeah, I've just noticed
Butcher's off. Butcher's actually stopped, I believe. 48. Yeah.
Are you on Xbox, mate? If so, I'm sure there's someone in the chat would help you out. Butcher's DC'd. He was going backwards. I wonder whether he had a problem with his pedal again. So we've got our first dropout. Unfortunately.
I mean, he could get back in.
Possibly if he's lost connection. Unless if it is a wheel issue. I know he's had a problem with his pedals.
Yeah. Andrew's gap up on Tux now is 7.6 seconds.
Is that all?
So the man's flying.
But Tux got the same gap over Freaky as well.
Yeah.
It's 21 minutes in,
really running well.
Freaky would be quite happy with his position at the moment. I know he's got Hayward and Pitts for company, but he seems to have a handle on them two at the moment.
But if you look back on the Kyle Army race, he held Butcher back for lap after lap after lap with damage. So it's not as if it's out of his capabilities to keep him behind him.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe PC in the future, mate, but for now we're just Xbox. We're just learning our craft. Watching awesome racing. It's a good deal. Usually we do have another guy who races PC, racing Dutch. I've not don't know if he's in the chat anywhere. Well, Matt Puck might be able to hit you up with CRS. I know they dabble in it.
Oh, but yeah, Luke's put 2 seconds on that on his lap time. Between
about
9.1. It's almost as if he's listening and saying, yeah, well, I can go faster.
Yeah, no.
There's another 2 seconds for you to talk about.
Flipping the bird as he goes past. Commentary box. Oh, dear.
This is going to be a long 2.5 hours, isn't it?
Yeah, we're not even half-houring yet, mate.
Right, so is there anybody in chat want to ask Diamond about the GT Academy? And how it's gonna work and stuff like that. Fire away. I'm sure there's a lot of questions that need to be answered.
Yeah, because
so while you've got them on stream, you'll hear it from the horse's mouth.
Tomorrow, Quali opens up for that. Oh, while we're on there, we've got a bit of a. Don't look like there's any overtaking going on. Actually, I'll take that back. Haywood is pressuring Freaky quite a bit right now. I think we're right for the moment. Yeah. Make sure you are checked in on Discord by tomorrow night, midnight. Otherwise, you will lose your seat. And everyone will be moved around into Pro-Am and Pro, where fit. All seats available will go up for qualifying from Hot Stint. Don't know what track yet. I haven't thought about that one yet. But then we'll... the fastest guys will go into Pro-Am, and the rest of the guys, if they want, they can go into the GT Academy, where they'll get help from guys. And Haywood's got the move. I think he's going to have the move done on Freaky now.
He's going for it.
Yeah, he's going around the outside. He's going to be on the inside. No, not this one, because he's coming onto the inside. Haywood, I don't like this by Haywood, but it looks like he's got it done. Came over a bit too early there. It's like he's got a bit of spatial awareness issues. But he is fast. He's insanely quick. He moves up to 3rd place there. On merit.
I think it was there.
Oh,
he's made a mistake there, though.
That's what I'm saying.
This gives Freaky the opportunity to come back at him.
And Pit-Bits and Jones are closing as well. No, it'll just be attached to the thingy. We got 3-4 Discords as it is already. On top of all the Facebooks we've got and everything, it's getting a bit too much. Got to try and keep it simple. So Haywood's now clear to go chasing after Tux. Don't know whether he's going to have the pace, but now Freaky's going to have to hold off Pit-Bits. Pit-Bits looking racy. I said Luke, Tux and Pit-Bits.
Freaky's got Haywood. Haywood's made a mistake on the chicane.
I think he's made it stick. Come on, Haywood, keep your head, man. Thinks about having a move on Freaky there.
But while all this is going on, Pit-Bits is lurking in the background there.
Yeah, I can't see on this view. We'll have to wait for this one.
Yeah, Freaky's held the position. And got a good exit.
Yes, mate, yes. It'll be. I think we've already started setting up that map. I think there's already one on there.
Yeah, there's a GT Academy section on the Discord already sorted.
So, but the main thing was getting all the other leagues and that lot, seats, bums in seats, and then we worry about the rest after that.
So will the GT Academy start on the same weekend as
yes, it
the
will
rest
start.
of the divisions? Yes.
It will start 2 weeks yesterday. With team battles starting on Good Friday. It's all Easter weekend. It's going to be a big weekend. So where's Sirkos sitting now? I think 13th. He can't do anything about Rick there. Who's that? He's overtaking now. I think that's back marker. I think that's Chris. Yeah, Chris 18. But yeah, you might not been assigned a role yet, then, Matt.
So yeah, the questions coming in that when do they get to check in for the GT Academy?
Once, as I said, once all the seats are filled in Pro-Am and everything, we'll get it open this week. We'll get the qualifying for the last seats open. So say, but that'll be on Tuesday. Last seats need to be taken up by tomorrow, otherwise people will lose their seats. It's been 2 weeks now, 3 weeks. No, 2 weeks since the season finished. So it only takes 1 second to press that one tick. I do notice, I think there's a minimum of 18 in all seats filled already, so pretty much there already. And also fees will have to be in by Monday week as well. For those
by this Monday coming, or
no, Monday week. So Monday before the season starts. So still a bit of time. There's no major rush. Just a little reminder. Don't know why I said little. I do surprise myself sometimes.
You do. Right, back to the race.
Yep.
These three still looking really close.
Yeah,
Frankie Hayward and Pit Bix.
Yeah, still on board with them as well.
Just noticed there, Red Apple Pie's having a little battle with Binky at the back.
Yeah.
He's still sporting his last season car.
Binky.
No, Red Apple Pie.
Red Apple. Yeah, he looked really pacey in Am, but he kind of dropped off. Kyle Lamy had a good race. He was chasing me for a little while.
Yeah. I think he put in one of the group discussions that he didn't anticipate how long you would have to keep the concentration, and I was going to work on it this season to keep up there. Because you do. It's like if you can be in a party of 16 people on this game, and not say a word for 45 minutes.
You could hear a pin drop. Yeah, mate. That's
just the level of concentration this game takes. It's unreal.
Oh, you say about that Pit Bix gets it wrong now. Yes, so take evasive action there. Might have picked up a warning for that. He's definitely dropped off, so I don't think he's gained any times, but he has now dropped back to Jay Jones. Do you know, it's Sean, the silent assassin again, sitting in 7th. I believe he's the fastest controller guy again.
So Luke's now only like 2 corners behind Galea.
Oh my god, that's going to hurt Galea a bit, isn't it? They were
he's like
competing
just
at
a
the beginning
chicane.
of the season.
Yeah.
But I think like this is just like a testimonial sort of race, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's the season is a lot different. Like Luke, I know will want to win this, and he's doing a damn good job of it at the moment. He didn't win it last season. I don't think he actually did the race.
It's kind of a chance for the low league lads as well to show what they're all about as well. You know what I mean, and get a chance to race with the faster guys. And
yeah. Well, I don't know though. I mean, yeah, I think seasons to come, yeah, that'll work out. Though. If you look at these guys, these are all like Pit Bits. He's from Am, and you got 3 Pro-Am, 2 Pro-Am in the top 4.
Yeah, it's with obviously where we're extending the leagues and whatnot. There is still some fast drivers where where they shouldn't be, if you know what I mean. They've still got
exactly.
So in a couple of seasons' time, we'll have everything all evened out, and people in leagues that are more competitive around themselves.
No, you're exactly right there,
for
Matt.
even closer racing.
Matt was saying about you don't need to be like use quicker on controller, wasn't you? You've made the switch and you've dropped backwards, which happened to me. It happens to all of us. But I did notice the difference and like how realistic it is. It's scary sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, the biggest issue for me, and one of the reasons why I moved two wheel is I was always battling. I was really high. I was always up somebody's backside. But when looking back on the stream, I seen how twitchy my car was, and I just thought it looked awful. But and I didn't realise how smooth I wasn't. And then I come onto the wheel, and it's been a really, really hard learning curve. But
interesting though.
It has been frustrating as well, because I know that I can be quick because I did it on the controller.
It is all about patience.
It's putting it. It's completely different kettle of fish.
But yeah, as Matty was saying, guys, you got me for the next 2.5 hours. There's going to be quiet parts in this race. So, is there any parts of BoA you want to know about? What's coming up? Have you got any suggestions, any ideas for leagues or anything like that? We're always open for ear-rolls. Open for ear-rolls? Oh, this is going to be a long race.
But just talking about the ideas thing, we were testing for the Genetic Cups for a little mini league, weren't we?
That's going to be good, man. Luke's already called dibs on that one. He wants to run that British pack when that comes out. Yeah. He's going to run a little GT pack series around the 5 tracks. I think it's going to be including Brands and Silverstone. So Ray Hayward's coming back at Freaky.
I was part of that testing, and it was an immense amount of fun. Everybody in the same car.
Yeah.
Limited tuning options. It was really, really close race.
But I'm feeling. Someone said something about changing up every week, so everyone's got like a cycle production like they used to on Forza. So each week you're in a different. Everyone's in the same car, but it's at random. So maybe we do it on the end of a stream sometime. We do the old number calling.
Yeah, good. That sounds good. And it also it gives a good variety to the to the game and the league, and it mixes everything up a bit.
Yeah, we want them weekday fun leagues. This weekday you want to get in from work, you don't want the intensity. It still gets intense. I mean, as soon as you get in the party, like everyone's chatting away in practice, then qualifying, zoop, it's like quiet.
I mean, we're still working on trying to find out how to get this random grid stuff sorted.
Yeah, I don't think it's possible from what I've read. I can't work it out, unfortunately. But okay, G'day, what, you out or you need piss or something? Pedals half on. Oh dear.
Could you not quickly unplug and plug it back in, see if it'll reset it? It's a shame.
Hope you sort it out, dude.
I can't believe these three guys are still battling together.
I know, I was about to say thing. And tart and prawn. We all like a prawn tart every now and then, don't we? That was terrible.
Who likes a prawn tart though? I've
never even heard of one.
I think it would be absolutely disgusting.
Prawns and crackers. Oh. But tart and prawn. They're doing a solid job. They're keeping Jones sort of company as well, like 7.5 seconds. They're not flying off into the distance like Tux and Luke.
Yeah.
What do you think will be the most popular Ferrari all day long? Ferrari.
Yeah.
Ferrari's going to be the shift.
Ferrari, then the Merc.
Ferrari's going to be the new Porsche.
Yeah.
It's almost making me not want to drive it next season because how many people I think are going to be driving it. See, that's what I'm saying. It seems to be the Evo, either one or the Evos. The Jag. Neil going for the Jag. Yes. Oh dear, let me wallet in the Jag.
The Jaguar. Oh, we've got a guy that's in a Lexus that's off at the minute. I can't see who it is.
I don't know, but he's right in a bit. Is it Pit-Bits?
I think it's
Pit-Bits. No, it's Pit-Bits.
It's Pit-Bits.
Yeah. Tarts in the black and red.
Yeah. It was because the camera was in the same.
So that's
spot.
a couple of mistakes we've seen from him. He's
that takes the pressure off Freaky and Hayward.
You think about it. Apart from some of these have done the Spa race, but most of these have only done like half-hour races in BoA.
Yeah, we're there. So Freaky's now gained a 3.8 second lead on Hayward, but Jones is all over the back of Hayward now.
I wonder if there was an incident between Hayward and Pit-Bits.
Quite possibly.
So, well, there's standard regulations do sort of apply. There's some relaxation on certain rules because it's only a friendly, but standards.
But you've got to also remember that these guys are the top 6 of each division, so the quality you'd think would be right up there anyway. So,
well, do you know what I've noticed with the close quarters racing? Eventually, there's going to be a coming together. Like during the whole race, especially this length, Prong gets it wrong on that exit there. Takes a lot of curb. It's going to be under pressure here. But yeah, when you're battling that close, there's going to be a mistake. You're going to get hot under the collar. You're just going to stress out at one point, and that's going to drop you backwards.
What car is it you're practicing in, Brooksy?
I'm getting confused here. So Rick Pink. Where's Sirkos? Oh, he's had his pits and Sirkos is lapped down. Right, okay. Got a bit confused there. So Prong's really under pressure from Tart now. And Pit-Bits is going to be as well from pressuring Tart as well.
It's nice to see Glair's got back out on track.
Good man, good man.
Sticking with it.
We've only lost Butcher so far. 40 minutes into the race.
Yeah, Diamond ran the Ferrari all season last season, and he did well in the league.
Yeah, it's a solid car. Certain tracks it just eats up. Laguna, I was a beast around there, but Laguna and Zolder are my tracks anyway. So, and they're the 2 tracks I've done well on. But
I just can't get the knack of the Laguna on this game. PCT I used to be absolutely awesome on it, but I just can't get grips with it. Yeah.
No, I did at first, but once you get the sausage curbs sorted and you get the confidence on the apexes, you can fly. But yeah, the sausage curbs are horrible in this game. I think it's one of the biggest upsets to like our driving styles because so many games haven't had them sausage curbs.
Yeah, and Matt Puck, I didn't notice any tyre impacts when I was on controller. Kind of kept the tyres quite well and stuff.
Yeah, Prong he suffers from overheated tyres.
Yeah.
So I do think some guys do struggle on control with it. Chirks and Rick are in a battle as well. We're going to stay on ball with these because it's the closest battle on track. Prawn, Tart and Pit-Bits. Paul's doing a solid job still though. Up in 6th. It's going to be starting approaching pit stop times. Seen nothing of Luke and Tuck so far this race. Luke just can't making his way through the back markers. So I'm just reading the chat there. Yeah, it's not an easy track to get dialed in, but yeah, Coach Dave definitely helps.
If you type into Google, Brooksy, just type in Coach Dave Academy, it'll go on his site and it shows all his services and everything on there. It has obviously your payment method and what car track. Also has all his videos of for track, his lines that he takes, and it is quite helpful.
I think Sirkos is getting frustrated behind Rick and Chirks there. He's wanting to get past. He's a lap down, but he's definitely a lot quicker than these boys as well. I'm surprised
looks
Rick.
Like he's already took his Chirks and.
Yeah, but I'm surprised Rick won't give him this place there. Let Sirkos get out of the way.
Use him to his advantage.
Yeah, exactly.
So all it's doing is slowing them both down. Essentially.
Oops, Sirkos is now backed off because he's didn't manage to get past. Hold on, where's Rick gone? Oh, he's made it. I thought there might have been an incident.
It's these tough camera angles, isn't it? But Patch is having a solid race. Up in 9th. It's 2.2 seconds ahead of Surf. There's 2.1 seconds ahead of Dazzler. So the grid's really even like spaced out.
Yeah, I forgot about Surf.
He had a blinding start. He got through the pack quite well, but I think he's found his level and he's settled down into his race, hasn't he? And found his rhythm. But we haven't had that many. We haven't had that many offs, have we? We haven't had that many offs this race, so.
Yeah, we've seen Hayward and Pit Bits, I think.
That just shows the level of concentration.
Yeah, it does give you a great baseline setup. Like the tyre pressures and that I think are obviously to what you want them. These boys still unable to get past Prawn. Is he going to go for the move here? This is an iffy one. It doesn't make it stick. He's going to want to get past now, but we know Prawn will not let it go easily.
And he's a bugger for biting back as well, isn't he? So if he gets past, he doesn't let it go. He'll be right up there, backside, trying to get his position back.
Yeah. It's a shame I don't get the race with him as much nowadays. Like this.
Yeah. Oh, he's covering that inside line. He didn't want to give him that, did he? I can't cover it.
Be careful.
They both do. It was a bit wavy that from both of them. That's. It was yeah. He didn't stick to one line there, did he?
No.
It was a bit questionable.
Bit. No comment.
Remember, you can't be impartial here now.
No, I have to be impartial.
Oh yeah, sorry, I said that wrong. Yellow card.
Yeah. I know. I think WTF would have been coming out of my mouth if someone did that in front of me. So I'm not. I know, Prawn. It's not even worth arguing. But I think Tart's got a bit ruffled by that. Yeah, there was a bit. That was like watching you and Malone the other week.
Well, you've got to give him some credit. He is on a controller, so just that little analog knock. I'm joking. There's no excuse.
No, there is no excuse. Oh, my thumb slipped off. Or does the pancakes.
Oh, why did you do that? Why did you have to mention it? Anyhow, moving on.
So we're starting to close into the first hour. We've had plenty of action.
Red apple pie and Binky still battling a little bit here.
I think Red Apple's one of the Dutch boys as well.
Binky obviously voted in by by the admin group as a deserved guy for the seat.
All 16 admin team voted.
Yeah.
Surf was the unanimous one, and then the second, because we all got 2 votes each to make it fair, and just to make it law of averages, whoever got the most 2. And it was Binky. He got it over Captain Rog.
I think it was just one vote in it, wasn't it?
Yeah,
in the end.
There's one vote in it between them. So
yeah.
Sitting up in 14th, he's not going to be crying about that at the moment, is he? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So what league's Captain Rog going into next season as a pro?
He's pro, yeah. Him pro. And Hammer. They got the jump. It's not like some guys. It's just that pit bits next season and that they're going to be battling. It's just to even it leagues out as easy as possible. Yeah. So in future leagues, it's plain. So it's just basically we're still treading away. But I think this season is going to be the closest season yet.
Yeah.
It's, I think you're going to be talking about a couple points again between the top 2, 3, 4 maybe.
So Red Apple Pie is actually finished, I believe, by his flag in Discord.
I did have but
it also says Medic's German, which
is that Tart? I think that's Tart Lap in there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No.
But
who's that coming past?
Is it Tux? Yeah, it's Tux.
Okay.
Tux slapping Binky and Red Apple Pie.
Matty will be in Pro-Am with myself and Binky, Rick Pink, Pitbits, Patch, Tart. A lot of the guys in this race actually. To be honest.
Yeah, I don't know how I managed to stay in Pro-Am. Really don't. I think I was just one position away, wasn't it? A couple of points.
That's what it's going to be, though, isn't it? Especially next season. Yeah. But I could see myself even being stuck down there. Like the guys that are near the top this season, you don't even expect them to be up top next season. Yeah. So we're seeing now with the pace of Pitbits and Tart, but they're both closing in on Prawn again. So it's going to be round 2 for these guys. Will Prawn stick it out, go for a longer pace?
He's known for the longer stints, though, Prawn, isn't he? He does like to stay out a lot longer on.
Yeah.
I don't know whether it's been on controller, but he seems to do well on old tyres.
Well, we've got a couple of guys coming in, Pits, Tart, and Pitbits. These 2 we know are friends from the RC group.
Nice mood.
What mute?
I was just talking to myself, mate. I've got to mute. I'm rolling a fag.
Right. These two are having a solid little battle here. Still can't believe we've got 2 hours to go on a Sunday evening. These guys are going to start feeling it's like Sundays are just chilled and relaxed, and you're just going to be like on edge for the next 2 hours.
That's why I give my seat up.
Oh, you gave yours. I came fifth. That's twice now. I got in the All Stars.
Yeah. I give my seat to Rick. Let him drive this one.
Rick beat
so I can
you.
sit and chill and talk.
I was going to say Rick beat you fair and square, but I don't know about fair and square.
Yeah, neither do I. We'll just not talk about that.
Do you know what? Prawn now is clear. It's only 10 seconds off Jay Jones. But I think the RC boys are going to be looking to get the jump on him. But Prawn's coming. Are they coming out the pit now? Yeah, I think they're going to be there. They're only just in front of Prawn though. Prawn stays out. Evening,
so
good evening everyone. So we've got I've got just not just noticed. I've been noticing we've got a decent amount of guys watching tonight. It's really great to see. Tuning in and watch these guys. Sean's hands are going to be like claws by the end of this race.
You'll be hanging onto that controller, because you do when you're on the controller. Yeah, like by the end of the race, you feel like you're like clinging onto it. Like like you're clinging onto a bar on a roller coaster.
You can't let it
you
go.
Move your hands and you're like, ow.
So we've got a bit of traffic problems in front here. So is that? No, it's not Tux involved in it. And Prawn's going to be closing in
41.
on this.
So 41's freaky.
Yeah.
He's clear of it. Hayward's clear of it also. Then Jones is behind it. So there's two Lexuses. So that's going to be Pitts and Tart.
So they've closed right in on these boys now.
Well, no, they're a lap down.
No. They've just come out the pits. So that's not ideal for them really, because they're going to be on quicker tyres now as well. So these boys really bunched up together.
Service just jumped the pits in the pits there. He's got damage, so he's going to be in there for quite a while. So I don't know if he's had enough and just dived in now just to get it all sorted.
Oh dear. That'd be a shame. There's no other issues.
I think he's just had a little mistake there that gives Red Apple Pie the jump on him as well, so that puts Red Apple Pie up into 11th.
Solid race by him so far. Chuck's looking good up in 10th as well. Had a quiet race. He's been caught up with the front runners earlier, but he's got himself in clean air. Chasing down Rick in 9th. Got Pitts and Tart.
Also likes a long.
Tart's off. Tart's had enough. And he's got Pitts coming round. No, sorry, that was that Jay Jones. Jay Jones now overtake. No, it wasn't Jay Jones. But yeah, anyway, Tart had her off. So no, that
one's Patch. That's Patch.
So he's already overtaken him.
Patch, and then it's Dazzler behind him now as well. But they're a lap ahead of them, I believe, because of the pit stops. So yeah, Patch is up in 7th, Dazzler 8th, and there's still the pits. So it looks like Tart's coming back on there, trying to get unlapped on Patch.
Well, Matt, you might even, with your pace, you might even still qualify for Am League. So you might get straight in then after the hot stint. It'll be nice, something nice and simple, nice simple track, you know me.
Brand's hatching in the wet.
No, I was thinking Zandvoort and with flooded. Really test your skills.
Did I tell you that when Zandvoort, when we're doing that race, I'm actually on holiday that weekend. Don't know when it is, but I'm
not going to be well.
Yeah, I've got a bloody stomach. I can't do that track no matter how long or how hard I've tried. I've tried in every race I've entered in on that track, and I just can't do it.
We was hoping there'll be a release date on the GT pack before we do the calendar, because I'm hoping to do an endurance event in the middle of the season again. I was hoping it'd be something like Snetterton or something, but there will be an endurance event no matter what, so the calendar will come out this week. So I've seen it. Some interesting ones. I see the pattern that Circos has chosen. So it's
I got a little leak on the first race.
Okay.
I got an address.
Well, if anyone knows the BoA crew, all we're going to say is Evo is going to be happy.
So that address I got was right then. But that's Dazzler's just had a spin on the chicane.
Yeah, someone's just jumped into the pits. Haywood's into the pits there.
So is Luke. Luke's in the pits.
Luke's in the pits, just in front of him. Yeah, Tuck's in front. Jay Jones will go up into provisional second. So where will Luke come out? Prongs come out in front of Luke, which is good really. He wants to be out of Luke's way. They're in a different race now.
Yeah. It looks like Luke's going to come out in a bit of clear air really. He's only got he's got Tart in front of him, but
is it one track all season? What we do? Yeah, we're going to do eight races at the same track. I don't think that's the question. I
think what he means is, is it one track for like for the whole? Oh wait there.
Oh,
is it the one track all season, boys?
I don't know.
Can you re-question?
You need to read it because that makes no sense.
Because I can't. Yeah, I tried to answer it, but I looked at it again and I was, nah, there's no chance I'm answering that.
Evening Blade Runner.
Which Blade Runner is it?
If you mean is it right? Basically, everyone will be doing the same track. GT Academy, Pro-Am and Am will be doing the same track over the whole weekend. If that's the question you're asking.
That's what I was going to say, but I didn't know.
You didn't want to look like a fool.
It's always better when everybody's pointing laughing at one person rather than two.
Fair point. So Red Apple and Binky are the closest battle. But then who's just trying to catch up the screens?
Psychos.
They're all kind of
Psychos. It's just battling out the back there as well. And Physics.
Is Physics caught up in that? Yeah, he is. So the battle for
looks like Seth might have done him.
I don't know. Yeah, I think Physics got
up on the inside. Psychos has got them.
These boys do know each other well. These are all three admin boys. Three wide.
Oh dear, this is going to end badly.
Oh, what could go wrong? 3 wide. This is unbelievable. Who's going to go? Circos has got it.
He's got the biggest balls.
Yeah.
He's got the biggest balls. I don't care what anybody says.
Surf's
yeah, see, I told you.
Yeah. Nice move by Circos then. Well done, mate. Let's see if we can make it stick and get away from these two.
But that just goes to show the level of racing we've got here now.
That was solid. That was how clean you want to see it. That was brilliant. Yeah. It ain't over yet though. Pit Bits is now closing in on Red Apple. Red Apple yet to pit. Surf now closing in on Psychos.
With that battle there, I think they all hopped position. So Psychos was at the back.
Yeah. With Psychos got.
I think the only person. I think the only person that stayed the same was Surf.
Yeah, we like to just keep everyone doing the same tracks, so we all can be like sharing information during the week as we practice. Team battles we'll have a different calendar. We might cross tracks, but generally speaking, it is a different calendar. team battles, 10 teams with who run leagues are locked in. So I've got to work on that on the next couple of weeks before that gets started. Oh, Circus is, yeah, I don't know what's happened there. Circus is off the track as well, waiting for the screen to cut.
Yes, Cycles is back away, but that gives Physics the jump on them too.
Yep.
Yeah, what Roy likes to do, what Roy does for us as well, is he puts the race weekend server up throughout the week, so you can get plenty of practice in server condition, so you're nice and prepared for the race.
Yeah, as soon as the last race that we use on the servers, so say we've got Porsche Cup and we used to do GT4 and then the team battles, it's awkward to, I have to run each server, like all the servers all set them up, so to keep changing about is tricky because you might start making mistakes, like tonight. No, I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it.
Nah, I don't.
No. So Tark's making his way back through. First glimpse we had of Luke in the Ferrari for a little while, with his Ultimate Warrior stripes. Do you remember the Ultimate Warrior? The wrestling?
No, I didn't watch stuff like that. I didn't watch wrestling.
No. This dude was a legend. He's dead now. That's what I said was. A lot of the wrestling dudes are dead now. Yeah, right. Let's jump on board with Luke.
Moving on.
Let's jump on board with Luke with the the stripe. That's Ultimate Warrior stuff. That is. Or Ziggy Stardust.
But like my book says, Brooksy, like when obviously Roy puts the server live for the weekend, it's the exact conditions you're going to be racing in and qualifying in, etc. So yeah, with you having your own server, you can get the practice in, but the conditions might vary, and that can put a massive difference into your lap times and your lines and stuff like that.
I love a bit of David Bowie, mate. Absolute legend.
Why are you talking about dead people?
Neil B, show my age. Yeah, you definitely went with the wrong server provider. I ain't got a clue about that. Nintendo or Nintendo or so.
Didn't they do the Game Boy? Isn't it Nitrado?
Nitrado, I don't know. I literally don't know the name of it. I know it begins with an N. So, who's this? So we've got Rick and Tart having a battle there with David Bowie. I don't think everyone's going to watch this back because Luke ain't be impressed with that.
There's Prawn up the top of the leaderboard there now.
Yeah, 11 seconds in front of Luke.
Long stint.
Yeah, does seem to make his tyres last. Rick's keeping Tart behind him. I do know Tart's quick. He was at the top of the pile not so long ago. Yeah, I manage 3 servers, mate. It's a bloody juggling act. During the team battles, they crossed files, so I didn't know which server was which. One public server, the same name as the team battles one. Pitbits is closing on Red Apple now. Dazzler's in the pits now as well, from second place. Where's Luke?
Where is Luke? He hasn't disconnected, has he?
Looks like we've got a DC.
Oh no.
No.
He's gutted. He will be absolutely gutted. Oh, it's a sad day. Sad day for Superfan Matty. Go on, freaky lad.
I'm over it.
Luke, I hope Luke gets back in, because he was still, even though he'll be a bit down, like as in he'll still come back through the pack, I think.
Yeah. His superstar pitman coming in.
Okay, so I'm on board with Tux now.
I think he was battling with the likes of
Pit
Jones,
Bits.
wasn't he? It was
Pit Bits and
Pit
Tart.
Bits. No, but didn't Pit Bits come off?
No, it's Tart that came off. Pit Bits currently sitting in 8th behind Red Apple, who hasn't pitted yet either.
Yeah. So Patch is doing really well then up in 6th, isn't he?
Sold. She'll be able to do well now. Tux is coming down the pit straight. Pro's still up in the air.
So I think he's going to come out in front of Patch, because Patch is only going down the hill up to that awkward up the hill before the chicane. So
Freaky's just coming down the pit straight now. Prawn's still yet to be
he's
dropped.
having a solid race as well, isn't he?
Yep, so he's going to move up. So Prawn's now been dropped. It's got Hayward coming past now, so he's going to be pretty close to Hayward and Jay Jones.
And Jones. And then
coming out of the pit now. Look, we've seen him, just got a glimpse of him. So we might see him on the bottom screen. No, we don't. Yeah, I don't think he's done too bad. Pat's come around the final corner now, so yeah, he's well in front of Patch. So that moves him into 6th place. No, 5th place, sorry. Pat's having a great drive as well, up in 6th. Luke's still not back. We've prayed on the wrong internet tonight.
We were. He's now been showing up online.
Oh, he's back. He is back.
He's back.
The Messiah. He has returned.
There, Andrews. He's still in 17th.
Come on, Luke. We're actually dead. We're genuinely now. We're genuinely sitting on that. Oh, Luke, Surf and Physics still battling. I can't believe these boys are near the back though, especially Surf. So I suppose, well, as I say that, and he spins it, keeps hold of it.
But again, they're in new cars, so it's all new territory for them as well, isn't it? Like just an endurance race in a brand new car that they haven't really been racing at all this season.
So could Luke's now taking his pit. Would he attempt one stop? Well, that's it. 2 out, like hour and 50 minutes.
Can you do that on a full tank? What's the longest stint you can do on a full tank?
I don't know. The Ferrari's really good, but I think the new Ferrari is quite juicy.
Yeah. He's just dropped. So he's out the setup menu.
So he's.
So I think he's doing his setup time.
Yeah, he's
time. So you let him put a setup on, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, he's going to be absolutely gutted.
Pro next season is going to be insane, Mike.
Yeah.
It's like, and I say there's still a couple of seats that might be available, so who knows what's going to happen. So Luke's now plumb last, is literally going to have to come through the whole pack. He's still in the pits.
We've got to see how well he actually does now.
Yeah. Unless if he does come out, he might just sit in the pits. Oh, he's off.
Yeah, he's out. He's coming.
Off. Go on, Luke.
He's coming.
Oh, he stopped again. No,
he stopped.
He's killing us. Yeah. Anticipation. This is the most exciting thing on track at the moment. Will he, won't he?
It's almost as if the engineer didn't put the...
He's gone again. He's gone again. I wonder if he's got a wheel issue or something. I think that could be it.
That's such a shame.
Yeah, no, but he's just backed out again. He's clearly got an issue somewhere. He went to come out on track.
But yeah, Brooksy, that's doesn't matter whether you're fast or slow here. Everybody gets the same amount of respect on track. The main thing, as long as everybody enjoys it.
Surf's just got him on the inside. Physics going to try and get it back, but it takes too much curb. No way he's going to get served, and that serve's going to be off. I'm not going to be able to do him in there, but it's going to be in his toe.
Oh, so tired.
Yeah, practice. But Binky and Red Apple was still bloody fighting. Binky's got a bit of damage on the front end there, a bit crumpled, and the back end.
Oh, it looks like Chris is coming as well into the battle. Where's Binky gone?
Binky's, I think, just come off.
He's there.
Yeah, Binky's gone backwards a bit there. I think Chris just overtaken him.
Yeah, so Chris got spun right at the start of the race, and he's just kept it consistent all the way through, hasn't he? Just a nice quiet race for him.
That's it, Neil.
But Galea,
and you're
Galea yet to make a pit. Oh, tyre change.
I don't know what he's up to. He's clearly not working.
Xbox crashed. Dear.
Oh, gutted, mate.
Did it do that thing?
You had that one in the bag there, man. What about the second time?
But yeah, Neil, going on for what you were saying, I was at the back of the grid in Pro-Am most of the season, and yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. Turned up every week.
Yeah, got us your Luke, mate.
Right, Luke, you've been dropped. Go on, freaky lad.
You're still my winner, Luke.
Cringe alert. So Tux 11 seconds ahead of Freaky, who's 10 seconds in front of Harewood. Or Ray, as everybody likes to call him. When he's actually called Ryan.
I do apologise, guys. I was just eating him. No, I got you, Luke. You was rapid there. It's a scary thing to see coming into next season. How fast it was round there. Definitely set the benchmark. Just 2 more weeks again. We're back again. It's supposed to be a longer break, but we had to postpone this race till tonight.
Oh, God. So I wonder if Galea's going to stick with this McLaren for next season.
He's looking. I
think it's just this track. The McLaren just doesn't like it.
Like the Ferrari ran Catalonia.
I was trying to go around it the other day, and it got me to the point where I thought, nah, I'm not doing this car anymore. I started switching it about a bit, but then I went back in the McLaren on Zolder, and it was just on fire. Like, nah, I'm sticking with it. Especially after the turmoil of BMW. What a waste of time that was.
I'm in the Ferrari. I just don't know which one. We've just got Rick Pink and Tokyo Drift style.
I wonder if you know.
Oh, we're not even halfway yet, Matt.
Oh dear.
But yeah,
right, I'm going to quickly have a loo break. I'll be 2 seconds.
Yeah, go on. Just going to say to the guys, thanks for keeping us company so far tonight. It's going to be a long, hard race. We've had 2 DCs now. Butcher, now our race leader Luke. 2 of the front runners. So, got Freaky having a blinder up in second there. 11 seconds off Tux. So we've got quite a bit of a field spread now. We've got Tart closing down Dazzler. Circo's at no man's land really. Sitting in 12th. I'm not really sure what's going on with these races tonight. Pit bits. Is he going to stick it down the inside? Not yet. Looks like he does have a decent run, but don't think good enough. Yeah, he's going to have to wait a few more corners, possibly before the chicane. If he gets a good run out of this corner here. Still not close enough. Patch still got the better of Pit Bits at the moment. These 2 battled all season long last season in Am. Also Dazzler, Tart, Turks. We've only got in the top 5. It's 3 Pro-Am and 2 Pro. Would have been the other way around if Luke hadn't crashed. Well, his game hadn't crashed, sorry. Red Apple, Binky still battling. Ooh, this is what we mean. Don't matter where you are on the grid, you're still going to have a battle. It's going to entertain you for normally 45 minutes to an hour. These are one of our special races. Been running these events for about a year now, coming up to our anniversary. Glad getting out of the way of Dazzler and Tart. Fair play to Galea sticking in there. It's not easy when you're struggling round the back. So chasing down Circos. Circos has done alright. Rick's had a really solid race. Sitting in 11th at the moment. Jump back and keep an eye on Freaky's time to Tux. It was 11 seconds last time I looked. Still nothing. It's gone up to 12 seconds, so Freaky's dropping off Tux a bit there. Tux our pro winner this season. We've actually got standings here. Let's open that up a bit for you. So that was the standings at the end of last season. Tart, Tux and Dan the Corgi. Dan the Corgi was unable to race. do that again. I apologise. Sorry, not sorry.
I'm back. What have I missed?
Not a lot.
Looks like Todd's closing down on Dazzler though. Since I left. Has Dazzler overtaken Todd?
No. They've been battling for several laps the whole time you've been away. It's been the same. Pit bits and Pat's about a second. They've not really changed. So it's about the battle of wits now. I'd say if I was in the top 5, maybe the top 10 to be honest, I'd be pretty proud of my achievements so far. Even Rick, to be honest, but...
Just a quick one, what didn't Mike need reminding about? Just so I can remind him again, because I wasn't here.
Well, they're not going to hear you, but they can hear me talk about this, right? If you look on the screen right now, it's actually probably one of the clearest names on the board is where Michael finished last season. If you look on the screen on Twitch.
Sorry, Mike.
Oh, to be fair, it wasn't just Mike, right? Matt, they're not gonna be able to hear you. Oh no, Matt, no, they can't. I'm just you're muted. You ain't on this scene. How many points do you get? I can't see it on the screen. Evening, Frankie. Was it 18?
Yeah, I think it's 18 or 16, one of the two.
Just noticed Patch has dropped a position to pit bits there, made a mistake. Like on the exit before the chicane. Kool-Aid, I'm expecting you to be good next season. I reckon you're going to be causing us issues.
There he is, there's the Dutch lad.
Yeah, we was talking about you, mate. Where was you? Where you been hiding?
He's here now, so.
Yeah, it's just we won't mention that.
No. Well, we're talking about him, not to him.
Yes, exactly. Now, Kool-Aid, I'm expecting you. I like you. Yeah, we've got a problem with Malone, but as Matty said, it could be down to consistency. So we could see a couple of new aliens turn up in the leagues as well. He's getting a bit more and more competitive every season goes by.
I think Brooksy's an alien to disguise me, like.
That's a bit harsh. What you're saying, he's not quick.
No, he's like, oh shit. I mean, mute me a minute. Mute me now.
Edit. We'll edit that one out, okay?
Yeah. We'll just edit that one out, that's fine.
Yeah. Go on, I was going to say Tart and Dazzler's still taking chunks out of each other. Still no pit. He's going long. Chris is back in the pits again, so is he going for a free stopper? Does he know something everyone else don't?
He's out again though.
Maybe caught a bit of damage again.
Either that or flat spotted his tyres somewhere, or because it's awful to.
It takes about 3 laps to get rid of, and it's the worst 3 laps of your experience with ACC. It's horrible.
So you can get rid of them after 3 laps, can you?
Yeah, you can, like, sort of, so it's drivable again.
Oh, got you.
You've got some tricks up your sleeve. No punting, shunting.
He's a wizard, Harry. God, right.
1 second, guys. Just got to look away for a second. Got something. punch the microphone.
Where's the
my
22
brand new microphone arm.
It's only because your other microphone stands racing tonight.
Look, it's a tripod.
Oh dear.
I did that in a way that not a single child would understand that.
Number 14, who's that? That's Galea. Is that enough? He's really struggling with that car, isn't he, here?
Yeah, I can see the white flag coming out soon. Wouldn't blame him. Yeah, he's having a stinker.
He's stopped it there. I don't know whether he's debating whether to go back to the pits and he's away again. That's a shame, right? It's a shame. But I did some testing in the McLaren earlier on in the week around here, and it's hard. It's probably its least favourable track.
This track's...
It just doesn't take curbs very well, and it's just the balance isn't right set for this track.
I think
give it some long swoop and fast bends.
A leveler is Catalunya because you've got a bit of everything.
Yeah.
You've got fast, like high downforce corners, heavy braking corners, little.
It's immense around Silverstone.
See, that's a power track.
Around Silverstone, but it's really, I find it's really good around Zolder as well.
Well, yeah, I did pretty well in the little test series in the Zolder. Strangely enough, I think I do pretty well in any car around Zolder for some reason.
Galea's just twitched through that it's his accelerator's playing up still.
Well,
and Mover, I've ditched Luke tonight. I'm cheering on Freaky.
He's. I was about to say something completely inappropriate. Then he's he's keeping the gap to Tux. He's keeping that down.
Bloody hell, 50 laps in already.
So we're looking at about 100 laps then for this race. Woo! So we're looking at about 3 litres a lap. So these boys would have burnt off about 300 to 320 litres depending on the car. I don't know the mileage. I don't know if you can Google it for me. What's a mile? How long is this track?
We are halfway through.
I really couldn't bother to do that. Because what it is I'm watching chat, like looking at chat through my phone. So, but when I come off this, it deletes all the chat and I can't see what's being said.
Okay. But we got.
I can't answer any questions that get missed.
We got surf and circles closing in. Can see a little battle between these boys. I think Prawns, I don't know. Got to try and keep an eye on these times. 9.5 seconds. 4.9 kilometres. Right. So.
Anyway, I've got an idea. I've just had a massive idea. Just an absolute brain fart. Do you know, for your podcast?
Yeah.
How about we switch it off one night? We switch it over. We interview you about everything. We ask you some questions about BoA, stuff like that.
When you say we, who?
Me and I haven't thought about that yet. It's literally just come to us. Literally this second, breaking news just come to us.
I can't risk touching the top bar there, but I think, what did Luke get? Luke got 40. Did Luke get 41.8? I think Luke got 41.8.
Yeah, I think so.
Which is the quickest I've seen around here. I believe Roger's putting the same sort of times in as well.
Well, what I'll do is I'll go on Tux and I'll set me. That means I have to come out right. I'll set me stopwatch and see if I can get a good idea of where they're coming, what kind of lap times he's doing. Where's me?
Drive through, first one for Freaky. Freaky's got drive through, second place.
No, mate. You're ditched now. Come on, Tux lad.
Come on, Prawn. Surf's.
Do you know what
I think
it is?
Surf's got to run on Seacos here. Could be interesting.
I'm the bad woman.
German engine versus German engine. Aston versus Mercedes.
Made for the UK. Right, so I've completely missed Tux starter's lap, so I'll do it the next one.
About 600 miles. Cheers, mover. So Freaky's in the pits.
600 miles?
Yeah, they'll rack up 600 miles.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
That's insane.
That's more miles than what it takes for me to get to your place.
Yeah, and they do it and they're doing it in 3 hours.
I suppose they're off, like, I don't know what average speed is, but
yeah, probably about 110, 120, I reckon, around here.
It's mad because you don't realise when you're doing it, you're actually doing it.
Yeah. I think you would if you was in the car, for real. These boys are caught up on Rick Pink as well, so there's Rick Pink's just. I hope he didn't just do what he said he used to do. He said he was going to fight more. I hope he just lost it. That sounds bad.
Right, he's flashing.
he's listening.
Oh, it wasn't him flashing, it was Tux.
Okay.
It was Tux, just letting him know he was there. So Freaky's come out behind Prawn, 11 seconds behind.
So Prawn in the Briggs Special, 4th place.
Oh, crud.
Oh, Surf and
again, I think. Oh.
Surf and Seacos door to door again.
Oh, wait there.
I think Surf's going to have him this time. We know Seacos has got big cojones on the brakes. He has there as well. Surf's not giving it up either. They're still door to door through the chicane. Oh no! They've come together. I think they've come together. They're both off.
That's Tux.
Oh, Tux is through.
Tux didn't get. Yeah, I'm pleased he didn't get collected.
And Rick's through as well. Oh, I don't know if they collected each other then, so we don't have the greatest of views.
We're both still together, so that's the main thing.
So I think we've got another DC as well, so we're dropping like flies.
Who have we lost here?
Big Chris. So we're down to 17 drivers, 3 drops. We lost Luke, Butcher. So we do normally see this.
Patch is having?
And Rick. Patch. Yeah, Patch. I'm in 6th. Rick's having a good one up in 11th. He knows these boys behind him are quicker, but you've got to be on the track to be quicker.
But they're battling hard as well, Surf and Psychos.
Yeah.
Battle of the admins. It literally is. 11th, 12th, 13th and 14th.
Oh dear. Well, yeah, but we have got one admin up in first. Prawn up in 4th.
I think after this, we're going to mute all chats.
Oh, there is a bit of a drop that it's all the way down to Rick after that. Yeah, admin not having the best nights, but it's been a long season.
Balls, I forgot to stop the timer. I'll do the next one. Right, I'm going to stay on Tux and then...
Yeah, just congratulations again to Mover, driver of the season. He nailed it this season. Had to give up his seat unfortunately tonight. Would have been good to see him on track.
Got all the feeling, mate.
Doing well on this, think you, mate. You getting some praise there, mate?
What do you mean doing well? Oh yeah,
to take the time. It's a good job I'm not actually doing it for a job. Sorry, mate. Can you do that again? I missed it. Oh, have I even got the stopwatch still going? I just went back to the stream.
Just give up.
Boys, it's
hard to see what times they're doing.
143s, 144s.
Yeah. With full fuel, they're going to be starting to think about the final pit now. It's unbelievable to see 37, 38's been constant on viewings tonight. Loving it. Great support for this race.
It's a battle of the best, isn't it?
Yep. See who is the best. I think someone made claim to that tonight.
Yeah.
But he's unfortunately dropped out.
Yeah. He didn't need to say that, does he?
No. Sir Luke. Sir Luke a lot. Sirkos and Surf still battling away with each other, allowing Rick to pull away. So we're coming towards the end of the race.
We've got Chris back. Chris has rejoined. Great stuff. Nice to see you back.
Brilliant. Yeah, we're coming towards the end of the race. Last hour and 20 minutes.
Let's hope his wheel works. But I think Elias gave up on his pedals now, hasn't he? Yeah. Unlucky, mate.
It happens to the best of us.
But I just want to say one thing. My McLaren looks better than yours.
I have to say as well, actually, shout out to Lorenzo. I think he did more races than anyone else last season. He was in more leagues than anyone else. He did Porsche Cup, GT4 and GT3.
And he did all three in a Porsche.
Yeah, in the Porsche as well, which wasn't easy. So shout out to Galea for the Porsche King last season.
Tux has just done a 145 dead from what I can gather on the stopwatch. So.
Right, so we're looking at probably about 142, 143. Sorry,
no, I'm not even going to come back.
You know I love you, man.
Yeah, so with
don't make that noise.
No, that was on point. Don't do this, Roy. Not the audience.
Not now, Roy.
We'll talk about it later.
I told you we're not doing this online, Roy. No.
So yeah, but 145s. That's what Tux is putting out there. It's obviously in the lead. Got there in the end.
Yeah, if you could keep an eye on it somehow, Galea, that'd be good, mate. Probably looking at Tux and Haywood.
Can you tell us what Tux's last lap time was, just so I can confirm how good my stop-watching skills are, even though it took us 3 laps to get it?
Faultless, mate, faultless.
Was no doubt about it.
That's a bloody looty, Bob. 144.
144. So I'm a second away. That's not bad.
Okay. It was close. To be fair, what are you doing it off the map? Or?
I'm literally watching them go over the last line now, and then 144.90. And I know this man's consistent, so.
He is ridiculously consistent. Possibly the most consistent in BoA.
Yeah, and that's how he won the championship, man, because he's
scored high at every race.
Yeah.
I think Luke got let down a couple of times by one disconnect, and he had to miss one race.
Chris, I think it was only you that crashed, mate. You lagged out.
Yeah, it was just you, mate. Everyone else was fine.
Hayward's quicker. Nearly a second.
I suppose I'll put you in a position when I do that, don't I?
Not really, mate.
Circles is,
I just don't know when you are and when you're not.
Surfer Circle's still having a little ding dong. I say little, he's gone on about 10 laps now. Pit-Pit's patch needs to be battling. Starts closing back in on them again. So we might start seeing some battles because you can see Dazzler and Pit-Pit's yeah, in the background. No, Tart and Pit-Pit's.
This is what I was talking about at the start of the race when I said that the groups of 2 people. It's always like groups of a couple of people battling throughout the whole race.
Or on
and
the
then
same
for some reason, towards the end, when everybody's took the pits, everything starts to close down again and stop battling. Like
in the last 10 minutes, I think everyone gets like a buzz on again.
Race. It's either people get a buzz on and get going, and people start bottling it and slow
mistakes.
down. Just to make sure they get their finish, and then it just groups the pack up.
It makes it good for us. Keeps us awake. So something to look forward to in an hour's time.
Oh well, I'm pleased you said that. Like, and I'm pleased it's just hardware, not software. Because I like that McLaren too.
You reckon what? You reckon you had McLaren?
I am going McLaren.
Oh,
I'm good.
I thought about it. I did think about it. I will be changing next season, 100%. But I do really like the Ferrari. I just haven't decided which one. And I can't be accused of copying and jumping on a bandwagon. Nor could Galea if he went back.
Being the shape. Don't even know what noise that was there. Right, where's the physical? Right, some photos. Boom, boom, boom.
What are you doing?
I'm sending some photos.
Pit-Pit's is taking a move on patch there. Going to have a decent run out of that corner. Pit-Pit's has really got the bit between his teeth. I can't believe I just did that. As it came out my mouth, that just sounded terrible. I do apologise. But Pit-Pit's is definitely closing down patch. So we'll make our way into the second, towards the end of the second third. So there's an easier way of saying that, of the race. It's up to you, mate. It's a friendly race essentially, mate. It's just a opportunity to give the top boys who finished top of the 6. It's only for bragging rights more than anything else. Yeah, well spotted there, Luke. I'll keep an eye on that. Tart's closing in on Pit-Pit's. Jones is pulling away from Prawn as well. Freaky chipping away at Prawn. Ray's 22 seconds now behind Tux. Massive lead. Sirkos and Surf still battling away. Surf seems to have the better of Sirkos at the moment. And Sirkos comes into the pits for his last pit, hopefully. Would have picked up a little damage with that incident with Surf earlier on.
Yeah, moving them photos being sent me. If you just check your inbox.
Yeah, I think Tux has got a bit of he's got plenty of time to play with. He can back off and just make sure he gets these tyres through until his pit stop. Doesn't really want to be pitting now. 22 stable, 22 seconds. Same with the gap with Hayward and Jones. It's worth keeping an eye on. Good evening, Carpers. So these two still battling away as well. Patch and Pipits. Tart's really close in on back of them as well.
My new team name for next season is Walser Motorsports.
Well, I was going to go for Il Quattaro, which means in Italian is fourth. So, but I don't know yet. It's got to be something Italian. I've started on my reveal video as well. So
I haven't bothered this time. I tried last time. It was absolute garbage.
My one's it's
I
more
put 3 photos up of it, and that's it.
It's more comedy, more yeah.
It just gets everybody hyped, man, doesn't
it? I do like my new livery. It's the Borough anniversary livery. So
why didn't you go with the original one you put in the admin group, Roy?
What, the one that looked like a Cadbury's Eclair? Cheers. That's why.
Oh man. I didn't mean to, like.
It looked good, but then Serv said about the Saints Row as well. I was like, alright, fair enough.
So basically, guys, it was like Cadbury purple with like a chrome gold going through it. So I was like, oh, that looks like a Cadbury Eclair wrapper.
There are other
picture of it. He was like, right, you've just absolutely knocked that up for us, mate. Cheers.
Yeah, you took a massive poo on it. It's a polite way of what I said.
It wasn't the fact.
I went straight back to
it was the fact that it took ages doing it.
Yeah, I did as well. It took me ages. I thought I'm going to break away from the normal colours I use. No, I'm back to using normal colours. It's good because my colours. Red? No, there's no red this season.
What? What's going on?
Looks like Pipit's going to have the... No, he ain't. Again, that Bentley's got plenty of grunt on the exit. I'm wondering if he's running less wing than Pipit's, because he just seems to get it out of the corners quicker than them. Get the power down. But this is definitely allowing Tots to close in. Don't know what, my accent went a bit funny there, but Patch has gone wide there. Don't want too many of them. Just going to start picking up penalties.
What happened to Siders? He's dropped off.
I don't know. No, coming to the pits. He done his pit.
Oh,
so he's had his second pit.
Yeah. It's a shame there's not a little number to illustrate what pit number they're on and stuff.
Sorry, I was just reading the chat there, mate. Sorry, I missed that.
Just saying that it's a shame they don't have, like, do you know how there's a 1 with the orange when you haven't pitted? You could possibly put like a number between them so you could see how many times they've pitted on after the mandatory.
Or they could give us an option to cycle through the information like every other game does.
Or that, yeah. And like look at timetables and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be great.
What tyres? Well, they're all on the same tyres. No one's going to be on wet tyres. Tarts through on pit bits. Okay. So pit must have come off. Oh, Patch's gone wide there as well. So Tarts now managed to do in 1 lap what Pit Bits have been doing for the last 7-8 laps. And Pit Bits is still behind.
But it's under blue flag conditions also.
No, these three are racing.
Who are?
Patch.
Oh, got you now, yeah. I thought you were on about Tux, but you like about Tart, got you.
That's what I'm saying. So, but Tart's not exactly getting away from Patch. Patch coming back at him.
So Chris is now back in the lobby. So wait, there's that Tarts went back 2 places now. Looks like he lost a bit of grip through the final two corners, which is, I think, really tricky to get a lot of understeer. But Tart's coming back. Tart's coming back at them.
There.
Oh,
it's tight. Bouncy.
Boing, boing, boing.
What?
We really shouldn't commentate together.
Boing.
I'm the most random person you'll ever meet.
Yeah.
Anyway. And you just, I don't know, you just make us like even more random.
Don't know what you're talking about, Bob.
Me neither, Sue.
So, the battle resumes between these three guys. It's been going on most of the race. Most of the last, half an hour at least. Tart's been closing in.
Matt.
Battle for 6th.
Matt, what?
Go on, mate.
Matt, what did you clip? Sorry, pal. Matt said clipped. Oh, wasn't that bouncy, boing, boing, boing?
Is that him coming around to someone's house? Clipped.
Gotcha.
Jones is coming. What? Yeah, it's been about the same there for a few laps now, Claire.
What's the lap time comparisons between the two of them, Claire? Nice to know.
These guys are going to start wanting to get the hammer down now as well, because it's going to be coming into pit window.
There's freaking competitive prawn. Is he catching yet? Up yet, or is he 9 seconds?
Oh, did I say something to upset you, Claire? Did I? Why are we getting told to F off? What you done now, Matt?
He's just
Patches off again.
So. What have I said now, Blair?
And Tart's off.
Honestly, he's weird.
So Tart now back
what he's talking about.
Back in front of Patch. Pitbits is gone. Just realised and Daz has really caught up on these as well. And Chirks and Surf. No, just Chirks. Sorry, Surf's nowhere near him. Surf and Chirks. I really wish I was racing in this. Would have been epic. 1:45.
It's a long time, 3 hours, isn't it? A long time. It's 1:45 for Harewood, yeah.
Yeah, see Jones 5.4 again. But it's just they've got each other in different sectors. And I find that in this game you get a lot of that. Pitbits has left the Tart and Patch for dust. He's now 5.5 seconds in front. Freaking not really able to do much about Prong. And Prong neither to J Jones.
Freaky's stuck behind the 43 car of physics at the minute. I'd love to see what physics actually thinks of the Honda.
Sitting down in 13th. I can't say there's going to be singing praises at the moment, but it might be the instance over the car. like Galea in the McLaren, it was equipment over the car.
Yeah.
And physics gets well out of the way there. And that was freaky.
That's not bad, it's good for you, that. Good going. 17 laps down.
Get out there, son. Go on, mate.
It's like my pace, that.
Yeah. What, you at Spa?
Oh man, that was a dread. At least I stuck it out. That's all.
Did you cross the finish line?
I did, yes, mate.
Yeah,
I did.
that's what's important. Good silence.
I was just reminiscing on how bad I was that race, and how tired I was because I stopped up all night, all day practicing, and then I went. I was going to say a swear word there, but that's physics into the pits anyway.
Okay. And we've got Dazzler and Patch now battling. Tots now. Patch is really starting to struggle. I think he's going to want to be coming into the Patch pit soon. I'm getting tired. It's an endurance for us as well.
He's going to enter the pets.
Leave me alone. Who keeps picking on me?
What's Luke gonna do?
I don't know.
But looks like Daz is making a move on Patch here.
Oh.
Coming into the first corner. He's on the inside.
Yeah.
Can he make a stick?
No, he can't. Oh, there's contact.
Went straight forward.
Yeah, breaks himself. That
on.
wasn't Patch's fault out. Well, from this angle, I don't think Patch had anywhere to go. He's eventually going to turn in.
That's brought Chirks into the game. So Patch and Chirks are now battling.
Yeah, Patch really dropping off at the moment.
I think it's time for him to come into the pits, isn't it? Get some new reboot on. But yeah, you're right, Brooksy. It's still an hour to go, so a lot can happen. Like Galea getting his pedals fixed and getting back out there and taking the win.
One for the team. Surf's in the pits because he just sent us a emote. Cheers, Rusty. Glad you're enjoying it, mate. Yeah, go on the surf. Get yourself back out there. Top 10. Top 10.
Oh, look at Landrews trying to be me.
Go on, Prawn. Binky, do you know what? I'm cheering Binky.
I nearly dropped left bomb. I nearly did.
Come on, mate. If I can do it, anyone can. Perfect.
That was so close. I even had the F like on me lips.
Luke's won cringe. Well, he's winning cringe of the night. Perfect surf.
Oh dear.
Oh god.
Can we put a temporary ban on him tonight? Surf, go back to the pits, mate, so you can ban him.
Yeah.
So you can put him on a timeout for that one. That was worse than me.
Perfect surf. Anywho.
Yeah.
So we're still waiting for Galea to take his pit. He's been in there a while now. Yeah, it's really spread apart now, to be expected. It's just back markers and that.
I mean, Chirks already took 1.5 seconds out of Patch there.
Yeah.
I think he's really struggling now, like with the grip levels.
Oh, Patch, yeah, he's off again. Completely lost that one.
It's even allowing Dazzler to catch back up after that massive off.
Yeah.
I think he's best off getting it out of the way, getting it done, and getting back into the rhythm by himself.
Yeah, Luke's just spotted Ray's in the pits. So these boys will be taking their final pit of the race.
As Chirks in, Patch is in.
G'day, can you tell me what time it is on track, please, mate? If you can just jump in on track, like in the pits. It'll tell you the time. I can't see the time of day. It's currently 29 degrees track temperature, so it's starting to drop a bit. I've not actually got to the end of the session.
You're in bed.
Oh, you're in bed.
What, in your nice new pink bedroom?
Hold on. How's he in bed? He's still in the pit lane.
He's got to be on his phone, and there's no points for staying in the pit lane, you know. He leaves his rig on all night.
Oh my god.
He's on single player hot lap all night, so I'm sending him, it's 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm sending a party invite and he's not there. Or he's in a party by himself and I can hear him banging about in the kitchen.
Jones is in the pits as well. Patch and Churks jumped in there as well, so there's going to be some movement. Who can get their strategies right here? Problem staying out, so watch him jump to the front again. He's up to second there.
Just want to say a quick well done to Christopher for coming back, even though he's 16 laps down. Coming back and getting it done.
So Jones is in the pits now. Haywood's coming round. Haywood's going to be open to get the undercut, but 1 lap, is it enough? Also got Tux. Oh.
Yeah, this is where it's going to start getting a bit confusing for us, because obviously some people are taking pits, some people aren't. So we need to wait until everybody's taking the pits for it. Yeah, otherwise we're going to be chasing our tails.
5:24, so, and it should finish at 7, which is about right, I believe. Thank you for getting out of bed, mate. So, nice fault.
Just had a coughing fit.
Nice. Thank you for muting your mic.
I did mute it, didn't I?
Butt naked. No, see, why did you have to chuck that in there? Haywood's just, ooh! Excuse my weird tone there, but Jones is just a second to Haywood. Ooh! Ooh!
But the side by side going up the hill.
Yeah, Jones might have, no. So I think this is going to be a long battle. Luke races naked. It's better for aerodynamics.
Sits there with his helmet on, nothing else. Helmet and racing gloves
and shoes. Don't want to get blisters on your feet.
Nah, when I say Rick's lazy and he does nothing, that's just me taking the absolute mick out of him, because he does a hell of a lot.
Yeah, he does call Sirkos Arthur.
Yeah, tried to call me the other day. It's only because I can only do half a job because he jumps in and does it for us.
He's probably not going to watch this far back into it. So.
Yeah, I can say that. I can be nice to him for once.
It's going to be lost in the race somewhere. Does anybody actually watch all the races back? Like the whole race, like these endurance races? Because I do watch the watch back numbers, like the 3 hour ones, they do struggle for numbers. Obviously, live views. Live views, obviously. We're doing really well tonight. Solid 37 mostly tonight. It's been really good. Thank you for joining us, tuning in to this All-Stars race. It's been the top 6 of each GT3 Sunday league.
But Brooksy, next time you message me, I'll show you how lazy I can be. By not replying. Sorry, Damon, I interrupted you there. What were you?
No, you're right, mate. You're right. I ain't got a clue what I was saying. Just really.
I'm looking forward to this GT pack. But I think it's going to be really good fun. Like, 'cause I love the British circuits.
Yeah. It definitely mixes things up. Puts a cat amongst the pigeons. Pigeons.
It's a cat amongst the pigeons.
Ding, ding, ding. You know what I mean?
Have you got an exceptionally long tongue that you just can't wrap around words? No, don't answer that. Don't answer that. Why did I even ask that question?
That was tough. That was tough. So could Prawn be doing the one stopper? Oh, what's going on there? Jones has outbraked himself. He's just completely.
Oh,
don't know what happened there. I don't know whether he just outbraked himself.
Yeah.
But Jones is shown he's a cool character. He'll stay with you, but everyone's prone to mistake.
How long does it take to make a pit?
I'd say probably about 50 seconds, roughly.
Yeah, so it's 30 seconds for the actual stop itself, isn't it?
Probably about a minute.
Oh, Tux is lagging. Tux had a massive lag there.
And he's still there.
He's still there. He just went past. Yeah, I've just been watching him going past physics there, and he just had a massive lag. So hopefully that stays stable for him.
So these two boys in the Lexus back together again after the pits. Tart and Pitts, sorry.
Tart and Pats. Oh, we're really struggling.
This isn't easy.
It isn't, is it?
No, it isn't. Like, people think it's easy to keep your concentration and not just go wandering off into a stupid conversation. But we're all good.
It's like having a conversation with a family member you haven't seen for 10 years. It's just like really like, yeah, what do we talk about now?
Yeah, Prawn will need a pit again, but he's going to be able to run really light on nice new tyres. So I think it's going to drop him back a bit.
I mean, if you can get it to the 45-minute mark, we know we can do a good 45-minute stint.
Yeah. So he's going to be running light and everything as well.
Yeah. Because that's his usual stint anyway, is 45 minutes. So if we can get to that, then I think he's got a good chance in finishing really well.
It's been good drive. He's had a good weekend. So he came second in the CRS League last night. So he's he came fourth in the Pro League, right? I'm like, yeah, that's a good one. That's no mean feat.
I was talking to Mike about it yesterday, seeing how well he does.
Yeah. Oh, Jones is past Hayward there. Just jumped on board as he made the move.
Yeah, Brooksy, I am working tomorrow again. By Friday, I think I would have had 24 days in without a day off.
Good.
So, but I've been told that I can't do another weekend because one, I'm too greedy, and then two, my hours are too high. So I need to get me working average hours down.
Interesting. And Tart and Tart and Bits are still battling. I'm glad we get to hear about your work.
That's exactly the conversation you just said not to have.
Yes, exactly. So
what I'll do is I'll reply to these in chat.
Yeah. You tell them your life story. Just don't use up airtime. So Rick's now battling with Red Apple. He's had an interesting race with Red Apple tonight, hasn't he? Looks like Jay Jones is going for a contender of driver of the day again. He's going to be up in second after this. I don't know how far Prawn's going to end up back.
Oh, you can't put GIFs in the Twitch chat, can you?
No, there's a reason. You can put emojis or emotes. This is a normal. Do you know what I've noticed though? Prawn's managed to keep him in front of Pit-Bits. Pit-Bits pitted and he was one of the front runners.
Yeah.
So he's on these tyres. Pit-Bits is definitely closing in. I think Sean's got to start looking at making his last pit now.
Well, it's nearly at the 45-minute mark, like I said.
Yeah. In a way, I want to see Jones stay in the Bentley next season. But maybe try. But I think he's going to go. I think many of these guys are going to go with what they know.
Yeah.
Instead of mixing it up. We've not had a massive break this season. Because over Christmas we had like about a month off. It's only really been a couple of weeks off this time.
Yeah. It's just people just want to play it safe. They want to stick to what they know.
Yeah, same
here.
They
know it works. And
if it ain't broken.
Why risk being up there?
Yeah.
With a brand new car when you know you're going to be all right next season. Well, see, I had complete opposite. I just didn't get on with 100 at all, so I'm happy to change to anything.
Anything but that.
Yeah, anything. But yeah, most of these guys are dialed in now, especially when you've spent so much time practicing. And I mean, it's not just the race weekend. It's some of these guys are on all week,
yeah.
practicing, changing, tweaking, and when they finally get. Yeah.
I mean, I find
that
with the coach Staves, that setup's pretty much there. Like, I tweak some things, but mostly it's there. And it's just about getting the track right, getting the turn-ins and the brake spots, and where you can trail brake and where you can't, and making the mistakes in the corners are good as well, because you learn how to get the car back as well. It's all about muscle memory. Like, even the mistakes, they stick with you, and you know what not to do. I'd think about that one.
Look at that, 45 minutes, and then Prawn's starting to make mistakes.
There'll be no porkers. Yeah, Porsches, I'll get it. So Prawn's still not out. Is he keeping in front of Pit-Bits and that? He is. He's actually pulled a bit of a gap again. He comes into the pit now.
I called it, man. I know this guy too well. I knew he was going to go for a 45-minute last stint.
Luke was saying he was practicing the pits. Was it you saying Luke was practicing the pits?
Yeah, he was
after the team battle fiasco.
Without the board.
Oh, mate. Someone did a mango on that one. Oh, Sean goes straight through Galea while Galea's in bed. Awkward.
Oh, they're getting worse. With his long middle finger.
Oh, leave it out.
It's not as nice as mine though, Galea. Mine's looking nice.
I'm actually surprised there is no Ferraris on track. People seem to be swaying towards a Bentley. Bentley 2, 4, 6 Bentleys out there. 3 Lexus, 1 Merc, 1 Honda, 1 Aston, 1... No, there ain't no McLarens.
1 Pablo Montoya.
But yeah, like the calendar that's coming, there's a real variation on the tracks. So it's a really interesting choice of tracks. Some loved, some not so loved.
So Bathurst's going to be venue 2 then?
No, don't think Barper's on there this season.
Oh, champion.
So, but we will talk to Sirkos, get that finalised, and then that will be released this week.
Although Bathurst is a beautiful track, it's so hard going.
Yeah, I did pretty well though. I come fourth.
Yeah. And you could have gotten a third as well.
Yeah, I was right with Dan Nicolgi. So, all in all, I was happy with my season. I'm happy with that Ferrari, what it can do over a race, and how it lets you just eat the miles up. Whereas the Bentley's a bit of a boat. Lexus is you can't put your own stamp on it.
The reason why I'm slow, Gale, is because I don't cut corners, mate. Right back at you.
Prawn's come out in third place in front of Hayward. He's done it again. He's
in that pits, man.
He's done it again. So that looks like, I think that was Chris 18 then. So yeah, now Prawn's on fresh tyres, just 2.6 behind Jay Jones.
Doing his best stint. What could possibly go wrong for him?
In his dirty green car. Come on, Prawley. I'm not going to say it too loud because he might hear me. He's only a couple of doors away, so... Sirkos, he's managed to get himself back up to 12th again there after the pits.
That's what I call there. That's what I call Luke, mate. He likes the long stint, but I know he knows he can do a really good 45-minute stint. He's done it pretty much all season last season. He either did the long stint and then a short stint at the end, or he did vice versa, depending on what was going on track.
Ooh. And then there's someone overtaking the back marker, so there's nothing to get excited about. Binky getting overtaken there. So could we see Binky in the Merc next season? I wonder if there's going to be as many Lexus, quite a few of them. What do you call like more than one Lexus? Lexi?
No, just more than one Lexus.
Is it a Lexus?
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 I don't actually know.
Lexa. Oh, that's it. It's just lit up.
I wonder how many Lexus said.
Yeah.
I'm so tempted to say Xbox turn off.
You just did.
See how many of the grid turn off. I shouldn't have said that just in case.
No. I can't be dealing with the repercussions of that.
I know.
I would be.
You know what it is? I went a bit hot and flustered there just in case someone did disconnect.
You called me earlier as well, so I got your phone number, so that will be sent all to you.
That was based on a trust between each other there. Give the phone numbers out.
I'm only joking.
I know. It's only so I can video call you later when I'm in bed. Too far. Right, stop.
I said nothing.
I know. I was talking to myself.
Move up.
So,
careful, mate. Careful.
How have you enjoyed the obviously? Eh? Oh. So how have you enjoyed your little break from the racing and from streaming constantly?
Do you know what? I was a bit like twiddling my thumbs and a bit like, I don't know what to do myself. But then like, I was making the streams up today before it went all to pot. And yeah, I've got the bug back again this time. I'm quite looking forward to it again.
Yeah.
So I've learned a few more things for the stream and that.
What, like how to turn your mic on?
Matt, stop, please. No need. Jones is dropping. I was joking. Yeah. Jay Jones is dropping Prawn Star. Finally getting into the closing stages of this race. It's been a long slog, this one. Definitely scope to do more endurance racing going forward, I think. I think guys enjoy the format. No, I'm not. I haven't tried it, but yeah, maybe when I'm trying to kill the stream, I'll do something daft like that. I've noticed on Twitch now they now tell Tart getting it wrong there. They now tell you how many strikes you got constantly. I've got no strikes so far. But yeah, no, I'm with the content we've got coming next season, with the leagues that are coming and the information we're learning as we're going along, like what we've learned over this pre-season and the changes. And the changes that are going to be coming, like random races. We're going to be looking at doing like 2 practice sessions at 2 different times on one day, then a quali on the next day, and then 2 races on the last day. So just to mix things up a bit, things like that, just make it a bit more interesting. Especially weekdays, if you want a bit of fun as well as the intense stuff. But yeah, along with the team battles coming, that looks like it's going to be great.
It's been a great success, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's blown up.
It's really intense.
It's the
really
racing.
intense.
Like Luke knows he's been in most of the races. I think all but 2 or 3. So I've been in them before as well. And even in like when we did the first one in the GT5s, like that was intense. Sitting on the grid, getting ready to go.
Matt Puck's just come up with an idea there, maybe a monthly endurance race series.
Yeah, I think later on in the league, is say we've got to just get everything what we're doing right and add in little things. But yeah, I think there is an invitational coming with a grid finder, but that will be for the team battles, which would be that'll be something interesting to look forward to. That have prizes and everything. So as soon as we get the information, we're also gonna be streaming for FGMT. We're gonna be streaming there 24 hours at Spa. We're doing a whole stream for them. So that's gonna be something. That's gonna kill me. That is. If not the drivers.
Are we getting a team together for that, or?
Yes, we are. We've got us 4 seats. Well, 1 team, 4 seats. So it's in August. So we'll work out who will get them seats.
First of all, we're gonna have to get 4 people available.
Yes, exactly.
The 24-hour.
Exactly.
And then what do you reckon it'll be? Just a hot stint between them guys and.
I don't know about that one. That's we'd say it's going to be quite limited on who's going to be available to be able to do sessions like that. I think they're talking about 4-hour sessions.
Yeah,
that's a long stint.
Because I know Freaky was really interested in it.
Yeah, it was saying so. Yeah, say there's some guys I know would be eager for it. There's also guys that I I know there's guys that I'd personally want to put forward for it.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
But that's not till August, so.
Yes, exactly. It's only
plenty
March.
of stuff to be on with since then, yeah. Oh, I can't wait for the new season to start. I don't know what to do with myself, man.
Yeah, it's going to be. I think it's going to be like 4-hour sessions, restart server, like where you finish and that lot, how long, what time you finish. So obviously you get that on the timetables at the end of the race. That's about all you do get. And the gap between everyone, and then you work it out from that, and you add it all together. Which is a long old job, so fair play to them boys. It's for premature babies. Bless the charity's called. So you will see the BoA logo pinging about a bit more. We do like getting involved in these charity causes.
And to think we're only a year old as well.
Not even, my friend, not even.
Not even a year old.
Not even. No, it's just...
99 cars just had a wobble. That's Hayward. So that gives Prawn a massive good breathing space now.
Quick maths.
I always tell when you're reading chat because you go silent for about 3 minutes.
But no, what I've noticed with this is like there is a lot of hard work that goes into it, but it's not hard work. If that makes sense.
It's tantalising, isn't it?
Like there is problems going. Yeah, there is problems, of course. That comes with the territory. But generally, it's a good experience running league, and it's a positive comments that come back, and the amount of positive comments that come back that keeps it going. Because otherwise, I'll be just like, can't be bothered.
Yeah.
What's Chirk's pulled over? Is he just letting leaders through?
It's the community that we've got at the minute. It's quite close knit, I think.
Exactly.
Everybody helps each other out. There's no like, no, I'm not telling you that because you're one of my competitors. It's like, lads, I need a bit of help. Can you help us out? No problem, straight away.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And there's normally someone about. I've found myself getting less and less able to communicate one-on-one with people. I do get a lot of messages that do just get lost because obviously I'm pinging messages off. I have to shut my Facebook off sometimes, and I do come back to like 10, 11 messages. It's like I can't keep up with all of it, and you boys do keep it off my shoulders a bit. Like you and Rick, what you do especially. And then Luke and Sirkos, how things are organised between them. It's a fantastic job.
We all have our roles, like you say, they do their stuff. Me and Rick just argue. It's fantastic.
Yeah, publicly, constantly. And Galea, don't forget Galea.
Oh, Galea, yeah. Oh, he's well behind us now. He's at the bottom of the list.
He's gone a bit quiet recently, Galea.
He has, hasn't he? He's
to be fair, everyone's had a bit of a break recently, like last few weeks. So I think it's been well deserved. We're up each other's bottoms most days. I talk to you a lot more than I talk to my own family.
Do you know what it is? Me and my lass have been arguing for weeks about it.
Is it? I wonder.
You talk to them more than you talk to me. Oh, shut up, Kelly, man.
We are family. We are a family. We are a dysfunctional council estate family. So you got
a couple
everyone.
of posh toffs.
Yeah, you got a few well-off ones, and then mostly working class.
She will get in the bin one of these days, I tell her. The seagulls can have her.
We do not condone violence towards females. or any other gender.
No, she would have went in completely voluntarily.
Apart from Geordie's.
But I'm a Macam, so.
Oh, you change your bloody geography.
No, like I'm like
in between.
Where I am, yeah. So you're either a Geordie or a Macam when you where I live.
Yeah.
But my whole family's followed Sutherland since way back when.
They call us Cockneys, but I'm not Cockney. I'm born in by the sound of the Bow Bells. Bow Bells stopped in the 60s, so I'm not a proper Cockney.
I haven't got a clue what you're talking about.
Do you know every area has their own little traditions, don't they?
Yeah.
But you've heard of Cockneys, obviously, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, to be a Cockney, you had to be able to hear the Bow Bells in East London, in Bow.
Right, got you.
Right, to be a Cockney. But there are no more Bow Bells, so nobody's Cockney. There you go.
Understood. Roger that.
A bit of geography for you. That you'll forget. Tart and Pitts are still keeping it close between them. They've been battling the whole race pretty much. In the last 26 minutes, Jones has completely dropped Prawn. That was like 2.5 seconds.
It looks like Freaky's struggling here. He wasn't that far behind Prawn.
No, and
Pit-Bits is closing in.
I was going to say as well, one of Pit-Bits and Tart are working together a bit to close him down.
That's absolutely correct, Claire.
Yeah. And be comfortable.
And
be comfortable.
Vest and shorts in the snow.
I could take my top off in -5, but I won't be happy about it.
No, it wouldn't bother me in the slightest. Like.
Not for me. Yeah, Prawn's going to be managing that time now.
So is Freaky catching up, or is he dropping off? Because I thought the gap was a bit smaller than that.
Michael says it's he's catching him in. Jelly deals.
Yeah.
I do have pint. I do like pint liquor. Jelly deals not for me. No, thank you. That is wrong. But pie mash and liquor. Oh yes, please. 2 pie, 2 mash.
What the heck are you talking about?
It's East London things.
It's like, do you have peas pudding?
No, that's war things, man. Now you're going right back. That's things in like people like my nan would have or my grandma would have.
We still have ham peas pudding in that over here. And when I talk to people from down south, they don't eat peas pudding.
No, or mushy peas.
It's absolutely beautiful. I love it, mate.
Corned beef as well. No, not for me. I used to like it, but I don't anymore.
That's where you're wrong, because the Macams love football. They love their team. And as you can see, Mover likes to dance. So
yes, he does. Macam Mover
loves to dance.
If you guys get time, watch back the podcast at some point. Mr. Mover was our guest this week. I really enjoyed that one. Possibly one of our best. I thoroughly enjoyed listening to it as well. Yeah. So I even got Matty to life years as well about it.
Send us a tone later on.
Yeah, no worries, mate.
Send it in the PayPal that I haven't got, mate.
Yeah. 25 degrees temperatures dropped down to now.
But yeah, listening back to the podcast, it was like, I even rang my dad halfway through. I was like, do you know that? Can you remember on Soccer AM years ago when we were watching it, the Macam Mover and the Geordie Dancer were on, and they had like a dance off on Soccer AM. And it was like, yeah, I says, well, guess what? I raced with the Macam Mover on a Sunday night. He was like, bloody hell, that's a small world. That was a long time ago. I was like,
don't remind me of that bit. So Pit-Bits is closing in on Freaky. I think Freaky is closing in on Prawn. Here we go again. Last 10 minutes.
All right, Mike, settle down.
Yo, Michael, look, he's first time Cholton. He's got one to get in back Cholton. That's where we're from, where they play.
But I mean, they say we don't like the Premier League, but we're in there for quite a good a number of years. Like, we just we had bad management right from the top. Now that's changed. It's turned around. We're battling for promotion this season. So hopefully, fingers crossed, and do well.
Yeah, they're one of the teams I do like seeing them up there. But they have become one of them teams that floated between Championship and Prem. Where they dropped to League One now, though, weren't they?
Yeah, we're in League One now. Currently third or fourth. No, fourth at the minute.
Well, we got well off the subject, so sorry fans. Oh, come on. Oh, right, we're back. Sorry about that. Just disconnected. Just seeing it kicking off there with back footy. Me and Michael went to Cholton.
Oh, sorry, mate. Go on.
Me and Michael went to Cholton to see Cholton Palace play. Palace fans were brilliant. I was sitting there thinking, I want to be with them. I'm an Arsenal fan.
Yeah. But there's if you've ever been to Crystal Palace grounds, there's one corner that absolutely mental.
Yeah. Oh, they were letting flares off and everything.
Yeah.
And Cholton's really, really quiet. It is really quiet. Yeah, Tart and Pit-Bits have definitely got plenty of airtime tonight because closest battle it's been all race. Why is Haywood all the way down the back? What happened to Haywood? He's down in 12th.
And it's just had a quick pit. I don't know. Freaky's gap's down to 9 seconds now. Pit-Bit's 3 seconds behind Freaky, so
yeah,
it looks like they're all bunching up for the last 10. Again.
Normal service.
It's like for the next endurance race, what we'll do is we'll commentate for the first 10 minutes and then come back for the last.
Yeah.
And let everybody just talk amongst themselves in chat.
Okay, Luke's just said 20 minutes ago. I think he's done that before in the season. He's forgotten to do something, or
maybe it's fuel.
Well, we don't fuel in Pro-Am, do we?
Oh yeah.
Or it could be his tyre pressures. But yeah, it could be his fuel this time. Less than 20 minutes to go now. But Haywood is coming through the pack now. We know this is where he can get into trouble. Rick's already off the track there. He's got Sirkos. Don't know how far in front. Quite way by the looks of it. Just come through the sector now, so we'll get a good understanding of where. Yeah, Sirkos is miles in front of these other boys, so Sirkos, Surf, Patch all look pretty guaranteed to be a finished pole in top 10.
Sirkos' paint job's very flamboyant, isn't it?
Pit's only 2.5 behind Freaky. Honda in the barrier, so Physics where is he? He's down in 16th.
16th.
He's not had a good one tonight, has he?
I wonder if he's going to be loyal.
We'll stick it out to the end.
No, I'm on about the Honda, whether he's going to stick with it or
okay.
cut his losses before the season starts.
Oh dear.
Or if it's going to be another contract.
Yeah, just reading Luke's comments. Decided 20 minutes into the race he wants to ditch it, but I don't think this is the best track to be basing your season on.
No, definitely not. And I nearly did the same. I nearly fell into that trap.
The off-camber corners, it's not an easy track at all.
Yeah, I nearly fell into that trap myself, driving the McLaren around. It was a really bad struggle.
I think Luke and Tux would disagree. This track's difficult.
But Tux has done 91 laps faultlessly.
We haven't seen him
and
come off.
It's a shame that we didn't see Luke on it as well.
Yeah. Yeah, Luke, you're looking scary in that Ferrari, mate. You're looking really rapid. I know that car does like this track, but that's a taste of things to come. Woo.
So I'm wondering what Captain Roger's going to go for. Whether he's going to go for the V12 Aston or if he's going to go for something that he knows is, you know what I mean?
Yeah. These boys' heart rates are going to start going up. Track temperature's really just starting to drop off now, down to 24 degrees track, 23 air.
Bit's down to 2 seconds now. It looks even closer on screen.
Yeah, I'm on board with him now. It's the closest battle. Pro's looking like he's got that third place in the pocket at the moment. Yeah, I think a lot of guys, I think they're going to stick with what if they did well last season. I think a lot of guys are going to stick with it. I think it's the guys that have struggled towards the end of the season. Like Luke, he struggled with the Porsche towards the end of the season, so he made a change. A lot of the Porsches would change. I wonder if Mick runs yesterday.
He seems to like the Porsche though, doesn't he?
Yeah, like he uses it on Spa, wasn't it? He used it, and then one else like bloody hell, what?
I don't know. I think Roger's open to any car really. I don't think he's scared to try anything. I think he just wanted to go for the Aston because it was the 2030.
Looks like this.
No one would pick it.
So I'm guessing Freaky's got some sort of tyre pressure issue or something like that because he's really dropping time to these boys now.
Yeah. Or maybe he pitted a little bit too early on his last pit. And
possibility, yeah.
His tyres are going off a bit. Because you've got to think, I mean, Prom was one of the last ones to go in at 45 minutes to go, so
yeah,
these
really
tyres
dicey.
could be over now. Could be over an hour old, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's going to be dicey between these. Look, 30 minutes, here we go again. Bang on cue.
The Bentley goes through that chicane so much better than the Lexus though.
Yeah. I've noticed that throughout this race.
Yeah.
Well, these guys will be ready if it's in the calendar this season, won't they?
Yeah, I love the way Prawn goes through it. He goes through it like he's doing a Tokyo drift and just manages to I don't know. I've never seen a man take that chicane like he does.
Tilting well. He'll disagree, of course.
I was a bit gutted that that question didn't come up on the podcast.
What's that? What? Who's better, me and Prawn? It's Prawn all day long. I'd have to hold my hands up straight away. There's not a massive difference between us.
Yeah.
But there's enough.
It's madness as well because last season obviously he finished fourth on, was it 93 points or 94 points? Yeah. You finished 4th with 90 odd points as well.
100 points. Yeah.
Oh, was it 100 points?
Yeah, I finished 5th with 100 points.
So, right.
But that's
but going into the final race, that's what it was.
Yeah. No, we're similar pace, but I think he's just got it over me. So I think he picks up a few more. I get involved in a few more incidents than he does.
Oh no!
He's just got to
drive through.
Oh, that's gutting. 20 seconds. He's gonna fall behind these, so it's gonna be at least down to 7th. Oh.
I mean, it is only a drive. It won't take 20 seconds to drive through, does it?
About that, I reckon.
Does it? Ah, it's good run from.
Yeah, but we did say it, didn't we?
Strat.
Yep. I think he'll take it now.
He's got a couple of laps to take it, so.
Yeah, that is a shame.
Yeah.
No, he
so
carries
Freaky
on.
will be. Freaky's got to keep these behind him, and he could get the podium.
Yep.
With 11 minutes to go, he seems to be pulling a bit of a. Looks like he's got his foot down now. He has his arse up in the air, head down.
Yep.
He is a good racer, Freaky though.
Yeah, I do rate him. I've battled with him a couple of times.
So respectful.
It's a shame that's up there with Luke's disconnection or computer crashing. It does happen.
That's just one of the downsides to online racing, isn't it? When the hardware decides to not work for you.
Well, do you know what? I'm quite happy with how my Xbox is running tonight. Hardly any drop rates. We've only disconnected once. It's been quite a solid stream tonight. Pretty happy with the hardware tonight myself. Say that, so I was going to make a bloody move on the last corner now and it disconnects. So Tart's dropping off a little bit. Maybe he's just letting these two back their way. Yeah, I'm pretty sure what me setting things out loud doesn't change what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So does Prong take the thing he does is in now?
Well, these guys are going to take it, aren't they?
Oh, so Tart's off in the background as well.
Well,
so Tart's going to be dropping time here. Maybe he's losing his tyres. It's not over for him yet, I don't think.
So that's unfortunate for Freaky, really, because that leaves Pit Bits to think about one thing only, and that has to get that podium.
Mm-hmm.
And he's, I think he's relishing the thought already. He's right in his bumper.
Not left yet. Dazzler's coming down.
Dazzler's coming round.
Yeah. Prong's just leaving now. Drive through cleared.
It's going to get out just in front of him, I think. But Dazzler's got the speed on the rundown.
Yeah, I think Dazzler's going to. Oh,
it's close.
Oh, it's contact.
Very close.
Oof, oof.
Oh.
Nicely held by both these boys. Oh, there's big contact there. Really bad angles. We can't see.
Yeah.
We can't see.
It is. It's like. We're sat here on the edges of our seats, like, what's happening?
Yeah.
Going back to Freaky and Pit Bits, because it looks like it's the battle to look at the moment.
Yeah.
For that final podium. Freaky just seems to absolutely annihilate him through that chicane section.
Ooh.
And then he kind of gets it all wrong here, which allows Pit Bits to catch back up again.
That Lexus is a monster down the straight.
Yeah. It's just that it gets such a great exit out of all the corners, doesn't it? It's so planted.
Pit Bits has had a great drive. Oh, Really starting to get dicey.
He's on the
between
limit of
these
the
two.
curves there, wasn't he? He was on the limits of the curves and what he could touch there.
He's already, don't forget he's had a drive through as well.
Who, Freaky?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's up in third, so Kevin Malone done this. Yeah, Pro-Am's going to be insane next season. You've got your 2 pro boys up there as well, Jones and Tux.
Yeah.
The 3 were the pro boys, top 3. Into the last 7 minutes.
We've got Survey closing down in on patches, only 1.6 seconds down now. Dazzler right on the backside of Prawn.
Yeah, just
he's let off a bit now.
Getting caught between them here. Here we go again. You'll score points, Mover. You'll be alright. It's about being clever next season. It's not just about out of that pace.
Well, there's one thing for sure. You're always going to finish in front of me, so.
You never know. You might just find it. It might click.
I thought I found it the other day, but I must have been drunk. Because I went back on the next day and I couldn't do it. Do you know when you have your drink and you think you're really, really good at something?
Yeah. So I'm just reading the chat. Yeah, I would have loved to have been out there tonight. Yeah, but Ferrari, I reckon we'd done alright out there tonight. Once I got me groove on. Fair play to these boys. Still 17 out on track. It's a real slog. Possibly the most 2 informed drivers up the top there. We've got Tux coming up behind this battle between Prawn and Freaky.
Prawn and Tart, or Prawn and Dazzler.
Prawn and Dazzler, sorry.
Tux is going to want to get past.
Yes, but it's an awkward one, this one.
He doesn't need to. It doesn't need to, does he? 4 minutes to go.
So.
He's 30 odd seconds ahead, I think, if not more. I don't think he's going to risk the win. He's done 98 laps already.
Yeah, I did notice the Ferrari is slowly going back up that right hill. Right hand into the hill, but it's it's fast everywhere else. Notice I take a lot of time. I think it's not the corner I think it's the corner they just came out of. I get a lot of time on guys. But yeah, Tux
hasn't got an answer for Freaky yet.
Yeah, and Tux looks like he's just backed off and let these 2 battle.
Yeah. But as you know, Freaky doesn't get swung under pressure.
That's good to see.
Doesn't mind it.
Prawn's under pressure at the moment, though. Prawn's in the pits. What's happened?
Fuel, I bet. But he's
oh, his race gone from bad to worse. Maybe he got a puncture. Oh no, from 3rd down to 6th. He's just going to keep going backwards now. Might be okay, might just make the top 10. Hayward's a long way behind. He's going to want to take the checkered flag. Yeah, now Tux goes through. What a drive by Tux again tonight.
Yeah.
Sensational. That's a nice one.
But driver of the day, if someone's mentioned driver of the day, Jones tonight.
Yeah, Freaky.
Yeah, I was going to say Freaky myself, personally.
Yeah, it probably would have been Luke, to be honest, just because of that, that gap he got at the beginning of the race, like 20 seconds. That bloody quick was insane. Pit bits, he's done really well tonight. Can't do anything about Freaky though.
Do you know what it is? Guess who I'm super proud of though as well? Binky.
Binky, yeah, he's been quiet, but he's not last, is he?
Nah.
Up in 14th. Yeah, that's solid from him. In a new car tonight as well.
It's not just for what he's done like tonight. It's what he's done in preparation. He spent so many hours.
Yeah.
Preparing for this race. It just makes the voting more worthwhile because he's relished the opportunity and he's took it.
Yeah. So yeah, Prong does come back out in 10th place. He's gonna be gutted by that, but yeah, I'm gonna have to, I know Freaky obviously made mistakes. That's why he got into a drive-through, but he's up in 3rd place. He's only 42 seconds off Jay Jones as well. Without that penalty, he probably would be up there.
Don't count it out yet because Pit Bits is still on his bumper.
No, and they got physics in front of them.
Like physics will just get out of the way.
Yeah, there he goes.
This is where Freaky gains so much time on Pit Bits getting through that chicane
again.
And down into here.
He's just probably dropped half a second off him there.
So Freaky can maintain this, get a good exit out of here.
Yeah, Surf had a good recovery drive as well. Someone's saying, so I was sort of jumping. But yeah,
to be fair, they've all had an amazing drive. 3 hours round this track. It's something else. Like
Rick up into 12th.
I mean, 3 hours round Spa was hard enough, but Pit Bits is going for the move on the inside. He's touched. They've touched. Pit Bits has got it wrong.
I think he gives a place back though.
It's free, but that brings Tartar back into it. He's lost his position.
So Tart's back into 5th, so he's down to 5th now.
Yeah, he's down to 5th. He lost a position for trying to go for the lunge.
But I suppose you got a ringer. It's 4th's not 3rd, is it? Leaders on the final lap. So 101 laps, and we'll be doing 102 laps.
Some good going, boys. It really is.
Yep. I can't actually call driver of the day. I can't. I think most of them boys out there deserve a shout, one way or another.
Absolutely.
Problem with his pit stop again. Unfortunately made mistakes.
Anyone game for some public lobbies after this?
Player will be. He's only done 5 laps.
Yeah. So what I've been doing during the break time is like obviously the close season. I've been coming online on a night time and just jumping on either if we get enough numbers, jumping out our own server, or jumping public lobbies just to get a bit practicing on the 2020 tracks. So if you're interested in that, just jump in, add us on Xbox, and we'll get you in a party. We'll get you on track with us all.
So Tux is making his way through the final sector for the final time. The end is in sight. He's definitely one of the best performances this season, all in all. Great addition to BoA again. Yet another. Well done, Tux.
Great drive,
champion.
Mate. Great drive.
So it's proving, all in all, GT3 champion. Although Luke might disagree a bit. So, but on the night, no issues. He's got the job done. Jones, man's on fire at the moment. Unstoppable, almost up in second there. Going to be exciting to see him up in pro.
More than deserves to be there as well.
Freaky.
He's going to be he's going to be stupidly quick next season.
He's going to be causing some serious problems. He's going to be getting up with this back marker in front of him right now, though. He makes it through, though. Yeah, well done, Tux. Yeah, another lovely fella, Tux, as well. Along with Jones. Freaky. $308 in the end. So well done, everyone.
Bloody hell.
So we've just got Hayward make his way across the line, and that is pretty much it.
So where's Prawn finished in the end? 10th.
So not a complete loss, but he's going to be hurting, that's for sure.
From 3rd to 10th in the last 10 minutes.
Well done, every single one of you out on track tonight. That was some performance. Tux, Jones, Freaky. Well done, boys. That's your podium there. Thank you very much, Matt. That was a long slog. I think we done alright tonight.
It was, mate. I think we did. We did go off into a little bit of tangents sometimes, but
I think in that third hour, I think we struggled.
It was. But I only had 1 cup of coffee.
I didn't have any. I'm really, really tired now. But
boing.
Boing.
So anyway, Matt, can you clear that up? Did you actually clip that? Was it that you clipped, or?
Yeah. Oh no, he didn't clip us doing that, did he?
Yeah, he just said clipped when we said that. So I want to see if he did. Because if you did it, you've got to post that on Facebook, man.
It's been brilliant. I can't believe the numbers we've had all the way through that as well. That's thank you for watching us and supporting us. I'm glad we've put in some music. I hope you enjoyed it, and we
well, I thoroughly enjoyed it. So thanks for having us.
No, thank you for joining me, Matt. It's been brilliant.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go and have a nice drink of water.
Right, I'm gonna go and spend 2 hours in the public lobbies and get me safety rating demolished. I'm going to bed.
Yeah, you sound like you need bed. Thank you very much. It's been a great season. It's a good way to wrap it up. So it's just a little taste of what we've got coming next season, really. Looking on it, you can't look past Luke and Tux again, can you?
No, it's
on
going
the
to
face
be.
of it.
But then you look at the likes of Jones. He's not too far off the pro pace, is he? And then obviously Captain Rogers in heat tonight.
Exactly.
By 1 vote.
Hammer
and
as
he's going to be a good contender for next season. Kept Luke on his toes all season last season.
So, well done. Thank you everyone involved, admin, viewers, drivers, members, supporters, mum, dad, everyone. Thank you very much.
Nan's dog.
We will be online next Thursday. I've got 3 days off. We'll be on Thursday for our next guest on that's Thursday night. Might do it a bit earlier as we've got nothing on. Normally run it a bit late, but we'll see how the guest feels about it. But Thursday, and then Saturday's CRS, and then the weekend after that, the big one, Easter weekend, the big return, season 3 BOA. Cheers, Matty.
Race.
Yeah, let's race. Cheers, Matty. Cheers, guys.
No worries,
we'll see you soon. Thank you very much.